In the Europa League, Europa League. Me tell them one time, and we say Europa League, Europa.
Rewind. Shameless.
United. In the Europa League, Europa League. Me tell them one time.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. It's match day once again. The matches are coming thick and fast in the month of October, and it's another Europa League clash. This time it's the reverse fixture of what it was last week out in Cyprus. It's Manchester United versus Omonia, and Erik ten Hag has gone in with a very, very strong side. But first, joined by an excellent panel this evening. Firstly, Mina, how you doing?
Good. Can I just say that we're on time today?
We're on time.
Because KG's not here.
Well,
KG's not here, and we're on time. So you guys know this is proof. This is proof.
I tell you what, as well, he gets really upset.
I know, he gets so triggered, and I love it.
Really,
I love
really
it. I love
but
it.
You know what? It's true though, because there's a correlation. When he's here, we're late. When he's not here, we're exactly on time.
Exactly.
So there you go. Just a little bit of a stir to start off. And Paulo, welcome. First UV appearance here on UVHQ. How are you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm great. Another Europa League night. Enjoyable Thursday. Hopefully it's only for 1 year. But how are you feeling this evening?
I'm good, I'm feeling good. I mean, look, after a good win against Everton, you can only hope for another win against Omonia, who we should be beating comfortably today. But let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens indeed. Let's get into the team news. So Erik ten Hag has made 3 changes from the side that beat Everton 2-1 on Sunday. In comes Terrell Malacia at left back for Luke Shaw. You've also got Fred replacing Christian Eriksen, and Cristiano Ronaldo starts up front in today's game, replacing Martial, who of course is injured. Yeah. So that team in full is David De Gea in goal. You've got your back four of Diogo Dalot, Lisandro Martinez partnered with Victor Lindelof, and the aforementioned Malacia. Fred and Casemiro, the Brazilian connection.
Brazilian flair.
The Brazilians are starting in midfield. In front of them, you've got Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, who of course captains the side, and Marcus Rashford off the left-hand side, and Cristiano Ronaldo up front. On the bench, you've got Heaton, Dubravka, Luke Shaw, Raphael Varane, Scott McTominay, who surprisingly, even though he's suspended for Sunday and can't play Sunday, is on the bench this evening. Christian Eriksen, Zidane Iqbal, Anthony Elanga, Alejandro Garnacho, Facundo Pellistri, and Jadon Sancho rounds off the names on the bench. Paulo, what did you make of the team once it got announced?
When I first saw it, before the game even started, I thought surely he's going to start McTominay, because I would have started McTominay and I would have started Sancho in this game, considering we have 4 games in the space of 10 days.
Yes.
So I would have started Sancho in this game on the left, and I probably would have gone with Anthony on the right like he's done, and I would have taken a bunch of players out 60th minute, maybe even half time, because with a game on Sunday, you need to keep players fresh. But I'm incredibly surprised he's not gone with McTominay, considering he cannot play on the weekend.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I mean, what did you make of the team? I mean, it just goes to show, like, Ten Hag, he's not all mouth when he says that he wants to top the group. He doesn't do rotation. All out for the victory, I believe, was the phrase he used in the press conference yesterday. That is a team that's all out for the victory.
It is. I'm not surprised. I'm actually not surprised, because I did say to you guys, Europa League, we have to win it. I think he looks at Europa League and thinks that this is probably our best chance of getting a trophy. Yeah. If the likes of Barcelona and them, they don't drop into Europa League after the week that they've had is kind of bad. But I'm focused very much on United, and I'm starting to be a bit concerned about Diogo Dalot, because he seemed like the only player not rotated out in any fixture. And I don't know if cramp can lead to something, especially with his hopes of going to the World Cup with Portugal. But maybe we might see what they did in what Ten Hag did. I think it was in the first game, where he switched over Malacia to right back, and then brought on Luke Shaw, or maybe even Lindelof can go right back. But I'm not sure who would go into centre back.
I'm nervous because in the press conference he said that Lindelof can play right back.
He laughed, didn't he? Did you see that?
Yeah, he went.
One of the questions was about Dalot. They said, look, right back options, you're a bit limited for right back options. Who would you play at right back? And Lindelof was sitting next to me.
Well, the odd thing is,
options? He's right here.
Yeah, like last season, Ralph played in the Champions League. He played Lindelof at right back, if you guys remember.
Yeah, Atletico.
And there was nothing there from the right hand side. And I was completely surprised. I expect Malacia to probably play on the right, probably in the second half, because you can't keep playing Dalot every single game. Wan-Bissaka's out. Williams hasn't been in the team for ages, and I don't imagine Luke Shaw playing that right back at all. So he's going to have to put Malacia at right back, or maybe even put Sancho at right back. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because I do not want to see Lindelof at right back.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean, that is a concern. I mean, it's not that Dalot can't do it, because last season, his summer was incredible. Last season, he played in the under-21s Euros.
Yeah.
He then played in the Euros for Portugal. And then he came back early from his break to train with Manchester United. So it's not a case of he doesn't have the stamina, but you can only keep that up for so long, can you, Mina?
Exactly, and I feel like with this month of October coming up with the World Cup, we've got literally 10 games, I think it is.
Yeah.
And then even so, Diogo Dalot is a very important player for our defence. A lot of people might not want to admit it, but I do think his improvement, I think that loan spell did him very well.
Yeah,
and I remember when Jose Mourinho actually brought him, and he had a high ceiling for him, and I was thinking, who is this unknown kid? Like, I've never heard of him, but the manager seems to rate him. So that loan spell probably did him well to kind of develop in a way that he didn't get the opportunity to do so at United, and we're definitely reaping the benefits of it right now because he's playing good. He's actually started the season quite well. I am just worried that there's not enough rotation for him to kind of get the rest that he needs, although he has not had that many injury spells. So again, I'm not worried. Should I be worried about something that's not really occurred? Am I just like thinking myself into
Paranoia.
a problem? Yeah, it's
Paranoia is what it is. But we were saying, Paolo, before we went live actually, that considering the games that are coming up, so Newcastle on Sunday, Spurs on the Wednesday, and Chelsea on the Saturday, if by the time you get to, say, Chelsea on the following Saturday, if the players are looking a bit fatigued, you will circle back to tonight and say, could you have rotated a bit more in that game? Because there are players on the bench, you know, and I know this maybe is the game for someone like a Zidane Iqbal or an Alanga to start, or a Garnacho. Like, is it a concern of, it's a strong side, but we've got a lot of games coming up.
No, we got a lot of games coming up. We were saying 4 games in 10 days. Like, you need to manage your players, and I expect today for him to make early subs, which he hasn't been doing in the last few games. He hasn't been making early subs, so I expect him to do that today. Of course, it will depend on how the game is going, because if we're 0-0 in the 60th minute, he's probably going to keep these players on. Maybe he brings on Sancho, maybe, you know, he's going to have to make some changes. Probably brings Eriksen on, you know, but if we're comfortable, he should make early subs. But I think that the low situation is, not many people are talking about it. About, you know, him being the only right back available at the moment, and I'm kind of, there's no Portuguese bias here. Yeah, I like Dalot. I really like Dalot. Yeah,
there is a bit of Portuguese bias in the room.
no. I like Dalot.
Ronaldo watch, Dalot watch.
No, I like Dalot.
Bruno watch.
Yeah. I really like Dalot. I think he's a great right back. The only thing I'll say is that there's still weakness defensively with him, I think. There's a little weakness defensively with him, but he's such an important player. And internationally, I don't know if you saw, he scored 2 goals for Portugal. Yeah. And he's really turning himself into a great player. And I hope to get the best out of him today, and we see the best out of him.
100%. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club by clicking the link in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat as well. Let's talk about Bruno Fernandes, actually, since he was brought up. I mean, it was quite surprising, actually, when we were talking the other day, Flex and myself, because there's been these rumours about Jude Bellingham, Frankie de Jong again. And we were talking about if they come in, where would they fit? But there's a lot of people that are putting some scrutiny on Bruno Fernandes' performance recently. Do you think that's fair?
I think Bruno Fernandes has not looked like himself, I would say, since last season. I think his first season and a half at United, he was great. He was scoring goals. He literally hit the ground running. I'm not sure how somebody could just turn around and just... it's just concerning. And it's quite a few players haven't had a fall off like him coming to Old Trafford him, because he literally came in. He was our best player pretty much alongside Rashford and Martial in those 18 months when he was performing, he was scoring, he was getting assists, but bar the fact that he was on penalty duty for some time, so he was scoring penalties as well. I think the creativity in our team is not suffering as much because we have Eriksen this season, but I'm pretty sure we might see it today if Bruno Fernandes is in a slump and there's no Eriksen on the pitch, which we actually saw in the first game against Real Sociedad when Eriksen came off.
Played a half each.
Our creative intuition just disappeared. It just disappeared, and I'm hoping that with the World Cup, and I keep talking about the World Cup because I feel like players are preparing for that, and I'm hoping that Bruno Fernandes can kind of pick up the pace that he's kind of lacking at the moment. I want him to do well. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I won't turn on a player, no matter who the player is, even if it's Harry Maguire. I won't turn on them. I want them to do as well as they can in a United shirt, as long as they're wearing that United shirt.
He's a name that's been brought up in a while, hasn't he, Maguire?
Yeah. I've forgotten about
him, to be honest.
I've forgotten a little bit about him. It was funny though, actually, speaking of Maguire, because you mentioned the World Cup too. I keep forgetting how close that is.
Yeah.
Like that is not
It's about
far
a month and a bit.
Yeah, it's about a month. I think the
5 weeks, something
the
like that.
squads get named like in 10 days or something like that.
God.
And now it is a case of like, if you pick up an injury now, like it's over for you when it comes to the World Cup pretty much. Like, do you think that's in people's minds at this point?
I think so. I think some of these players will be thinking, listen, I'm not going to... And this might affect the games as well. This will affect the scoreline at the end of the game. Some of these players will be thinking, I'm not going to be putting my full effort into these games, especially when it comes to Europa League, because I do not want to risk getting injured. We've seen Trent has gone off injured, Reece James. For
Luis
England,
Diaz now is missing the World Cup.
Yeah, Luis Diaz. It's
He's
looking
out.
sticky for England now.
Walker as well.
Walker's out. Fullback for England is looking tricky. But I think, some of these players will be thinking, I'm not going to be putting my full effort when the World Cup is 5 weeks away.
100%.
Yeah.
Ronaldo as well. Let's talk a little bit about Ronaldo. No Portuguese bias.
No bias, no bias.
Portuguese bias. Look, he scored at the weekend, 700th club goal, and I would probably say he looked the sharpest he has looked so far this season. Ten Hag said in his press conference, he said it's clear, eh? That's what after every sentence, Yep. He said it's clear you can't. Any player, it doesn't matter who the player is, you can't miss a pre-season.
Yeah.
Do you think it is just a case with him that he just wasn't sharp because he missed out pre-season, or is it a case of still he's not Ten Hag's preferred choice? Like, how have you made this whole Ronaldo drama?
I think it's a bit of both, but at the same time, I still think he wouldn't be picking Ronaldo if Martial was fit. I still think that he would play him in some games. The thing is, if Ronaldo would have played well against Brentford and Brighton and we would have won those games, he probably still would have stuck with Ronaldo. But it's a hard opinion to have when you say that that he would always be picking Martial, because Ronaldo didn't play well. He didn't play well for the first few games of the season, and he's been a bit inconsistent, because when he played against Arsenal, he came off the bench. He looked pretty good. He's one of the reasons why we actually got the goal. And then he played against Sociedad. He was kind of non-existent in that game. Sheriff, he missed a couple of opportunities, but he did look quite sharp in that game. I thought his link-up play was really good. So I think it's a bit of both. Inconsistency, I think Ten Hag obviously has a bit more favouritism with Martial, considering he also had a pre-season. And he's gotten an assist or a goal whenever he's played.
Yeah.
So,
his contributions to like goals or assists
per minute is crazy.
It's crazy. Considering the little amount of time he has played is wild. But I mean, it would appear, Mina, though, now that Ronaldo's going to play. He's going to play obviously tonight. He's in the team. Probably going to start against Newcastle. We don't really know the severity of Martial's injury, so chances are this is Ronaldo's clearest run of games that he's going to have had this season.
Probably, and he probably didn't anticipate that coming into this season.
He was smiling when he came on.
Yeah, he's probably thinking, finally. But I think Eric Ten Hag is also starting to get a bit frustrated with the Martial situation. I did read some quotes from his recent press conference where he was talking about Martial's injury and saying that he hadn't trained with the team, and he's starting to be a bit concerned. I'm not sure how much we should take of that, like with a pinch of salt. In regards to Ronaldo, I just want him to hit the ground running. Like I just want him, like a game like this, we should not be putting out our strongest lineup every game. Like, especially Europa League group stages, we should not be putting out.
What do you think that says? What do you think that says?
Is that desperation? Would you say that's desperation to win? Or does that mean that Ten Hag does not trust the second string players?
Probably the latter, I would say. I mean, how many changes did he make for the Sociedad game at Old Trafford? It was like 5.
Pretty much, yeah.
I want to say it was like 5.
And we all expected like 8 or 9.
Yeah. And I expected the entire team to be rotated, and I think it was like 5. And we were really, I mean, you watched the game with me that day.
Flat.
Like, we were just really flat. We were dull. And maybe it's just a case of he thinks, I don't actually care who the opponent is.
But the thing is with Ten Hag, he might actually be confused about what his strongest 11 is. Because we've seen Martial and Rashford come off the bench and they both scored against Sheriff. And then you think, okay, Martial, Rashford and Ronaldo looked pretty good in that front three when they first came on. But then you think Martial needs to play in the striker position. You can't play him on the right or on the left because, you've got Rashford there. So I think he might be confused himself about what his strongest 11 is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, actually. I think that he thought he had it And then he had the City game, and he went, that's probably not that, actually.
Yeah.
Probably not. Because going into that City game, I mean, that starting 11 was named, and it was actually pretty predictable. And it was like, okay, and I'm happy with that. That's a good starting 11. And then, obviously, the result happened, and then it was right back to square one. What's my best team again? And had the game against Omonia out in Cyprus, and I mean, I said after the game, I didn't think there was actually much of a reaction that day. I thought we were, in parts of the game, quite poor. And we went 1-0 down going into the game at half-time. We actually needed half-time in that game too.
Yep.
But you then, like you say, you bring on Rashford, you bring on Martial, and you think, actually, that might be the side again. Yeah. So I agree with you. I think he might be like, actually, you know what? I really don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what he was thinking. And, you know, we also have to remember that Sancho started off the season very well. You know, we were still playing quite counter-attacking football against Arsenal and Liverpool, but he scored in both the games. I think, wasn't it Arsenal and Liverpool? He scored in both games.
Yeah.
And I think he also assisted. So again, I thought against Man City, I thought Sancho and Antony were both pretty poor. And again, but Antony scored, but I thought they were both pretty poor. And yeah, so I think he still has quite a bit of work to do to figure out what his strongest 11 is.
Yeah, just seeing the highlights back there from last week, Mina. Like you see some of those goals that we actually conceded. I forgot we conceded twice.
Yeah, same.
I remember the first one, but then I forgot that it went to 3-1, and then they went up the other end of the pitch and scored immediately. And in retrospect now, looking into, especially when you consider this game, like they were 2 goals that were just purely on the counter-attack. We've got to be quite weary of that tonight, haven't we?
We have to be cautious, I think, in transition, defending in transition, because when we conceded both of those goals, it was just individuals misreading their opportunities in defence. Sancho's pass to Malacia, that was a suicide pass to him.
Yeah.
And then Lindelof just stepping out, which what most centre-backs would do would be to take the challenge, and just getting his timing messed up, and we ended up conceding. We just have to be a bit more cautious, and I think with Lindelof, he knows he's probably going to get a bit more regular playing time under Ten Hag, and it seemed like in the press conference, the pre-game press conference, with the question that Flex asked him, it does seem like he feels like he can succeed under Ten Hag. He's been our probably longest serving centre-back since Alex Ferguson has left.
Yeah. Well, Phil Jones is still around.
Phil Jones is still there, but he's around, but he's not around.
On a technicality,
Jones is still around. He's not going anywhere.
But he hasn't played, so I think Lindelof is probably the most. And I just realised the other day he has 200 caps.
Crazy,
United.
Isn't it?
That's a crazy stat, because I don't feel like I've seen him in more than probably 60 games for United.
It's crazy, man.
So it'll be interesting to see how United treat the counter attack and how we defend against it, because it seems like that's what we struggle with the most, just finding our formation there.
Super chat from David says, Erik Ten Hag is not confused. He has to play to win every game. How quickly we forget about Istanbul if he makes wholesale changes and loses. Well, I think that's the point, is that, and it kind of goes back to, maybe he's not confused that he needs to keep the same side, but he might have an element of confusion about what side is his best side.
Exactly.
Because, or which players he can trust. I think he is still learning a lot about these players. And when you trace it back also to earlier on in the pre-season, when they were asked about the captaincy, and he said, Maguire's the established captain, and his rationale at the time was, I've actually only been here not that long, so I can't really say a lot about these players because I don't know a lot about these players. He's still learning now.
Yeah, no.
Every time we lose, he learns a lot, or win, but certainly when we lose, he learns a lot about these players, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he must have been quite surprised with how some of these players performed against Man City, considering we had won 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
So that completely changed the way he probably thought about some of these players, because he dropped Sancho. He still played Antony. I think Antony, who I think we should probably talk about, is a player who I see him a lot more as a goal-scoring threat than a creator so far.
Yeah. 3-3 Premier League games.
3-3. I see him as which we didn't really need. I mean, Sancho was brought in as a right-sided player. Now he's playing on the left. And to be honest, I don't want to say that he's stopping, the progression of Dalot, but I do think personally that Antony a little bit at times slows down our progression going up the field. I do think at times, when he does that little ball roll and then Dalot makes the overlap and then he doesn't pass. That I just want to see, like Ten Hag said, he wants to see him take on players a bit more, and I do want to see him look for that overlap, and we need to get more crosses into the box.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Antony too, is that again, he's got 3 Premier League appearances, 3 goals in 3 Premier League appearances. First United player to ever do that. And I don't even think we scratched the surface with him. I think some games, to your point, he actually hasn't been that great. I mean, he showed flashes and glimpses of what he can be and what he can do, I think you would want it more consistently. But he's still young as well, Mina, right? I mean, he's still a young player.
He's still young, and I feel like he's still adapting to the tempo of the Premier League. When I was watching him when he was playing for Ajax, the Dutch league, obviously everyone knows, is not one of the top 5. It's actually one of the top 5 leagues in Europe, but the tempo is a lot slower than the Premier League. And he used to take on players a lot. I remember, I think it was like his second to last game before he actually left Ajax. I watched a game where he took on 3 players, literally skipped past each one, had a shot, the keeper saved it. And I don't think we've seen him do that in the Premier League, simply because he's probably reading the game and just adapting to the tempo. We do see glimpses of it. I love when I see him doing his wild footwork. I love that. I enjoy seeing stuff like that, that flair, that Yoga Bonito.
You think we're ever going to get the 360 action?
I'm waiting for it. I'm hoping. We have to be up like 4-0 at half time.
Do that today.
Yeah.
Do that today.
Old Trafford will go crazy if he does that spin. I actually hope he does, but I don't think we've even like touched the surface of what he's able to do. And I think Jadon Sancho is probably watching this thinking, okay, Rashford is playing on his preferred side, Anthony's playing on his preferred side. What does that mean for me? We only brought him in last summer, similar price as Anthony, and it seems like the manager has this is his second game on the bench. He's starting on the bench now. And he did start off the season quite well. It just seems like from the City game, he's just not been how he's been performing, and I have high hopes for him. I had high hopes for him when the season started, but I'm starting to think now, if Rashford continues how he's playing, and Anthony obviously is going to play under Ten Hag, Sancho's probably thinking, how am I getting into this when the manager's putting out his strongest lineup even for Europa League?
100%. Abdurrahman with the super chat says, Mina, you're the best female presenter on YouTube.
That's too kind.
There you go.
That's a bit too kind.
That's what it's all love here on United.
Yeah, it's all love. It's all love
here on United. Big up Abdurrahman. Let's talk about Casemiro for a little bit. Paulo, Casemiro got man of the match, somewhat surprisingly at the weekend against Everton, but you could say certainly best game in the United shirt. Plays again tonight. What have you made of Casemiro so far, and are you seeing improvements from him?
It's tough to judge Casemiro ever since he's come in, because the games he's played off the bench, we couldn't really judge him. I mean, he comes off the bench, you see, he looked quite sloppy when he came off the bench a few times. So, I mean, against Everton, what did we see with Casemiro? I think what we saw is a player who surprisingly is a lot more of an attacking threat than I thought.
100%,
Do you know what I mean? You got the aerial ability from him. Some of his passes were quite sloppy. And I don't want to give it as an excuse, but the field, I mean, it was raining. You know, I'm just saying, it was raining, but you know what I mean?
You could bring that high energy.
No excuse. But I thought some of the passes could have. You saw some of those passes. You shouldn't be making sloppy passes like that. But either way, I was surprised of some of the sloppy passes that he had in the game. His tackling was great. His interceptions were great. But what surprised me the most was how much of an attacking threat he was. He should have scored a header. He got the assist for the goal. And I think we're going to start seeing more of him now.
I think so, certainly. I mean, Mina, it was funny in that game because Casemiro had. He gave the ball away the most out of any United player, but he also won the ball back more than any other United player. Does that kind of sum him up a little bit at the moment? To Paulo's point, like, he does do sloppy passes, he does give the ball away, he does get caught, he does win the ball back though. Do
you think he does it as a challenge for himself? Like, let me give the ball away so I can get it back. Maybe he wants to increase his recovery.
Maybe. He's stats driven. Did you see that as well?
Apparently he reads it after every game. That's a man that's aware of himself.
Is that the football version of vanity searching? What's my stats?
Literally. And it's funny because even with the assist, that's literally what happened. I remember shouting at my phone. I was watching the game on my phone and I was like, Casemiro, what the fuck? And then I realised, he played a ball through to Ronaldo.
Plens was on the floor.
Plens was on the floor.
When I saw that pass, I was like, what is this Casemiro from Real Madrid? What's going on, you know? But that pass, again, he found that space, he passed it, and I thought, finish. I thought it was a finish. I just thought it had that thing when Ronaldo came on that he was going to score. But in terms of Casemiro, we're still yet to see a lot from him, I feel.
I think so. I mean, to your point, it was kind of what I was thinking after the game too, is that when we signed Casemiro, we assumed we've signed a defensive midfielder, he's going to win the ball back, he's going to release it. But actually, against Everton, he looked really threatening going forward. Like a couple of his forward passes, the run from deep, yes, he should score the header, but I can't recall Man United midfielders making that for ages. When was the last midfielder we had that actually could make a run from sort of the centre circle, arrive in the box at the right time, header, goal?
Pogba.
I knew you were going to say it. As I was saying, as the words were leaving my mouth, I could see with a glint in your eye, I thought she's going to say Pogba.
Yeah.
So I knew it was
But you know,
coming.
he was doing that often for Real Madrid. Casemiro was doing it often for Real Madrid. He used to get, especially in La Liga games, I used to see him get forward quite often, and he used to be like a goal threat. Sometimes I think Cruz was the deepest lying midfielder. So I'm not surprised that he's able to do that. Obviously, we've been in poverty for a midfielder of that caliber for a long time. So maybe we're just going to start to reap the benefits pretty soon. I'm not stressed about Casemiro. I know that he's gonna find his groove. The more game time that he gets, I think he's definitely going to be playing more. But I'm looking forward to the what was it? Fred
Amiro.
I like Fred Amiro. That sounds better. Fred Amiro sounds better.
Yeah, I think I can say that quite exotically as well. Fred Amiro. You know what I mean? Because that was very exotic how I said it. Also, as well, must be said, the Omonia goalkeeper who played really well against us last week is not available. He's injured, so it's Omonia's backup goalkeeper, because their keeper last week had an absolute stormer of a game.
Some good saves.
Yeah, unbelievable. Mina also as well, speaking about you saying you have no worries that Casemiro come good, the same way that you backed Ronaldo, it got a little bit feisty on the full view on Monday.
I watched that one. I loved it.
It did. It got... And also now, it must be in the chat, because of that full view, if you're a member of the UV Members Club, there have been new emojis added. So there's one, which is KG with hair, which is very popular. The KG
I need
with
to
hair
see that.
it's very, very good. And two, we've got red and yellow cards now.
Oh, nice.
So on the back of Monday, with that full view, if there's a questionable take, the members of the UV Members Club can now give us a booking. They can give us a red card. Can't enforce anything, but they can say, look, that's a bookable offence. That's a warning.
That is nice.
That's a red card. That's a red card offence. If the sin bin was in full effect, though, you would be sin bin. So I can see them already in the chat. The red and yellow cards are there. They're ready. They're ready for us this evening. Like yesterday, I was doing the press conference and I said I had a clip lined up and I didn't have it lined up. There was a lot of sort of black space afterwards. It was a bookable offence. It was a bookable offence. And the community booked me for it, and that was deserved. As the teams are out on the pitch, circling in on Ronaldo, 700 club goals. That is, when you really do take a step back and think about it, that's a lot.
It's crazy, especially considering that for over a decade he was playing as a winger/midfielder.
Well, for the first few years of his career, certainly even at United, it's not as if he was getting goals straight away, was it?
I think he could have got more goals if he stayed at Madrid.
You think so?
Yeah,
oh, definitely.
I think he could have got more.
Definitely.
It is wild when you think about it. When did he leave Madrid? 2018. He was, 31, I think, at the time, something like that. Went to Juventus. And now, in kind of looking back, that was quite a strange move, the Juventus one.
Yeah, I mean...
They brought him for like $100 million, I think it was.
Like that.
Yeah, it was strange considering that I was almost certain, not just because of his age, but I was certain he wasn't going to score as many goals because the Italian league is a bit more defensive. You're not going to be able to... And he still finished...
It was still like
30 goals, which is crazy. But yeah, considering he's got 700 club goals and he spent half of his career playing as a winger/midfielder, it's absolutely crazy. So
I think there was a stat that was saying that if you wanted to catch his goals,
the Haaland
you had to score Haaland had to score like 43 goals for like 15 seasons.
And Ronaldo has to not score any more goals. Like
Do you think he's going to hit 1,000 before club and country goals before he retires?
So what's he on at the moment? So I think he's over 800, isn't he?
He's over
He hit
800,
800 like before
he's on
the last season.
If anyone knows in the comments.
Yeah, let us know how far away. So he might be let's say, what he got in the Premier League last season, he got, was it 24, 25? Was it more than
24
that?
All comps. He had 18 in
So he's maybe like 175 away.
No,
I don't think he'll get it.
Maybe that's why he wants to, continue playing, because he wants to hit the 1,000 mark and be like, goodbye.
I mean, he's 38 next year. Let's say he plays for an extra 3 years, maybe 4. I think he. I don't know. I
can't see him playing for another 4 years.
He won't get 1,000 if he's going to stay at Man United. No chance. That's why you got to go to the MLS for now.
No, he needs to go to Saudi Arabia.
Go to MLS. Get them.
He needs to go to Saudi Arabia. He could get them 175 goals in like 3 seasons if he goes to Saudi Arabia.
100%. Game's just about to kick off, so. Let's hope for something straightforward.
Comfortable win.
Exactly.
I'm hoping, but
Paolo's making his debut. It'd be good to mark it with a victory. A lot of goals. Because I've had so many bad games in here. I mean, it's only until this season I actually sat in here to win a game. And we're off. Game's underway at Old Trafford.
Oh, let's go.
Got a couple of super chats here. C says, Sui impending, keep up the good work. And David G says, there's an article that said Malacia is the left-back version of Wan-Bissaka. Completed no crosses, key passes, shots, but good defensively. Opinions on that?
I think that's harsh. I think Malacia is still relatively young. He's only, what, 20...
I think he's 22.
21 or 22,
22.
yeah. He's still relatively young and still adapting his game. I feel like with Wan-Bissaka, United have tried to turn him into this defensive fullback that can go forward, but no matter how much they tried, he just couldn't do it. I don't think that's going to be the case with Malacia, but he's doing the...
He's already doing the skills, Anthony. That's what we like to see. But actually, I like to see the overlap there too from Diogo Dalot. That was the frustration before. His Fred could have a shot. Oh, you know, it's going to get crazy when Fred a minute in
takes a shot.
Yeah, it's going to go wild.
Fred a minute in could have a shot. To be fair though, he's got a shot on him, Fred. He's got goals in him. It's not as if he's never scored. Yeah. You know, he's got some good goals in the past. Yeah. He was the opening goal of the Ralph era. Yeah. The infamous 20-minute press.
Against Crystal Palace?
Yeah, exactly.
I just can't believe we bought him for 50 million. I just can't believe that. But then again, I can say that about half of the team.
A lot of players, Manchester United. Corner, Bruno Fernandes, gone short again. Oh, Rashford's in the box. Have a shot. Rashford!
Oh! Are you sure it's... Oh, okay. So
yeah, it's a different goalkeeper. They just got good.
Yeah, that is a new goalkeeper. That's a new goalkeeper.
But I'm surprised. Look how much space Rashford had. That's terrible.
They don't respect Rashford's right.
The thing is,
if that went in, that would be the simplest goal you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Good save from the keeper as well.
Good save.
Comfortable.
Rashford 2 seasons ago would have knuckleballed that.
You think?
Yeah, he would have. Now he's a bit more composed.
Another corner, doesn't beat the first man. But then Rashford went a bit too far with the knuckleball, because then he would just start really putting his foot through it.
All the time, yeah.
he would just sky it.
I've seen him do...
Cuts it back.
Yeah.
My worst fear was being in the crowd and getting whacked with that ball. That is my worst fear.
Really?
A Rashford knuckleball, no chance. I'm dead. I'm not surviving that.
Put your head on it, you know what I mean?
We've literally seen Rashford crosses where it looks like he's putting a knuckle into them.
Yeah.
I've literally seen that last season. I'm like, bro, just curl the ball. Like, do you know what I mean?
It was a different player though this season already.
Yeah,
Marcus
really good.
Rashford. It's a bit short. Get there. Anthony does. Oof. He looks a different player. Given a free kick this season, Rashford. Do you think he'll go to the World Cup?
If he continues how he is, yeah.
It's going to be difficult,
if he continues. But then again, going to the World Cup, and is there a point of players going to the World Cup and not playing just to say that they were in the World Cup squad?
They were there.
I think it's just to
Where
say
were you?
I was there.
Yeah, that's the difference. Is will he go and will he start?
I don't think he will start because
I don't think so.
Sterling, Foden,
Grealish
Grealish rarely makes it into.
That's the thing, but I still think he would.
I don't think Rashford. I think he would make it ahead of Grealish.
You think so?
Because there's an argument there. There's an argument there. Just because I'm not sold on Southgate, and I don't think Southgate knows what he's doing.
I think it's his last tournament. I think.
I can imagine. I think Tuchel is looking for the job.
I saw people turning their noses up there.
Saw that.
We can do better. We can do better. I couldn't believe it. Malacia heads it back to De Gea. What's he going to do? Are we going to see some textbook De Gea distribution? We are.
Oh, go on. I like that. Go on.
Where's Marcel?
Where's Marcel? Exactly. I hope he's watching this.
Lovely.
He's watching at home. Fists in the air like this.
Marcel's funny. His agenda against De Gea is strong.
But then
he tweeted me last night a Diogo Costa video last night.
He played very well, saved the penalty,
and he said, "This is," and I had to bring up, and then I had to pull up a tweet from like 3 months ago of me talking about Diogo Costa, and I was like, "Bro, I'm not used to this. Like, I've been on the Costa wave before you."
I'm gonna have to educate you on the topic of receipts. You've got to save them.
Marcel's funny, man.
Whenever you see anything, you have to save it. Ball over the top. Bruno's going to chase it. Might go out for a goal kick, I think.
Corner?
Maybe corner ball or goal kick.
It's a goal kick.
Yeah, the Marcel De Gea discussion is always humorous. He was on fire on Monday. He was on fire. He was given man of the match in the comments, or player of the match. Divided opinion. Look at that turnout from Omonia as well. The Cypriots have travelled. To be fair, as you would expect, right? Old Trafford. When's the next time they're going to get a match at Old Trafford? Right?
That's what I'm thinking.
They're going to go in for it.
I'm thinking, what player is going to have a standout game for Omonia today? Because they're probably thinking, when am I going to get another chance to play at Old Trafford?
100%. I mean, then they have their own version, their own Bruno. He played well last week, I think.
Yeah, he would be the player to look out for, especially on the counter.
Free kick for Omonia. Little switch there. Goes out wide. Martinez plays every game.
Ooh, did he kick him in the chest?
No chance. Get up, man.
I think Martinez actually was he played the most number of minutes under Ten Hag in his last season in Ajax.
Really?
Yeah, in all competitions. He was one of second, I think first or second most minutes.
Does get a bit of a kick in the gut, actually. But the thing is with Martinez, it's also as well, how good he is on the ball, I think, is absolutely, like the way he can step forward, nobody else in the United squad can do that. He's so comfortable on the ball, even in comparison to some of our midfielders.
Yeah, man, it's true.
I don't think Fred and McTominay are as comfortable on the ball as he is.
No chance.
I wonder if he ever played as a DM when he was younger.
Possibly, but then you would have said, like, why would you have been put back into being a centre-back, considering like the height thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would depend on, who you have in defensive midfield. Of course, if we were... I said at the beginning of the season, if we weren't going to get Casemiro...
Fred?
I would have actually liked to have seen Martinez as a DM at some point, because there was talks that he had played in that position before, and you can see why. His control on the ball, his composure, the passes through the lines. When was the last time we had a centre back who could do that as well?
100%. I mean, if we had, could you imagine if we had like so many great centre backs that you'd struggle to get Martinez into the side, you could then make maybe a discussion point about him being a DM, but. He's so needed, honestly. And especially when you look, that's a good pass by Rashford.
Good pass from Rashford.
When you look at him in comparison to someone like Timber, who's struggling a little bit at Ajax now. Ajax are just struggling in general. But as they would after losing the majority of their team.
They lost half their squad, and they look like they're about to join us in the Europa League as well.
A lot of good teams are set to join us, it looks like, in the Europa League. Ten Hag's not happy.
Which is why he's probably trying to top the table.
Oh, no doubt.
Like, I don't want none of that.
No doubt. He's I don't want Barcelona, I don't want Ajax, don't want whoever else might be joining us, Atletico. I do not want another Atletico game again. Oh, God. They were torture last season.
Don't want to witness that one.
They were absolutely torture. Here's Malacia.
Go on, pass it.
Make some space. Fred, Rashford. I fancy Rashford tonight. I feel like Rashford's going to go on the score sheet.
On the left.
Exactly.
Play him on the left.
That's where you want him to be, though. I mean, he did all right as a striker, but he's not a striker. On that left-hand side, that's his position. That's where he can affect the game. That's where he's got pace as well. Speaking of, there he is. Good pass. That's Anthony. Oh, it's Ronaldo, actually.
Pass it. Yeah, good.
Deliver. Ball in.
Oh, it's not a bad ball. It's a bit too high. But it's a good ball.
Starts from Rashford, though.
Ooh.
That's what it is. Starts from Rashford. Want to see something from Ronaldo as well for this evening too. Drop in a little bit deeper. Just a bit over here.
Too much height, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, just a bit over here. That was on his weaker foot as well.
But a decent start from Manchester United. Good energy. And as to be expected, I mean, this is going to be a game where we're going to have a ton of possession, one would think.
Yeah, go on.
Speaking of, there's Rashford once again. Pass it,
Ronaldo!
Oh, no. Too early.
But Ronaldo's hitting it with his left foot. I think it was a couple of weeks ago I was saying that he was reluctant to take chances on his left foot. It was our second Europa League game, not Omonia.
Yeah.
Sheriff, when we played Sheriff. He was reluctant to take chances that were coming to him on his left foot. He scored against Everton with his left foot.
Yeah.
He's confidently now shooting with his left foot, which I think he's going to realise. He just has to trust his instinct.
It could be a mental barrier after, not scoring after 10 games. We know how much of a strong personality he is, but there will always be something in his head that will think, why am I not scoring,
Yeah, why am I not playing?
Yeah, why am I not playing?
Exactly. I mean, it's funny with Ronaldo, isn't it? Because whenever he gets
go on.
Dallo. I tell you what as well, Dallo at the weekend.
Even
Martinez picked him up. He's giving it away. Deal with it.
Good.
Recovers well.
Yeah, he recovers well.
Go on. What a curse. What a jinx. The jinx is real in here.
Sometimes we can't talk about players these days.
Transition. Go on.
Well done. Dallo at the weekend against Everton was actually really poor. He
Yeah,
gave
those
the ball
passes
away
were moving
a
mad.
lot. Malacia travels with it.
Awesome.
He needs a good game tonight as well.
Yeah, he
Shaw's
does.
breathing down his neck a little bit. And to be fair, Shaw's probably going to start, I would think, at the weekend.
Yeah, he was really good against Everton.
Unless Malacia can pull something out. Fred
just scares me sometimes when he's got
Good.
possession.
Good pass. Malacia.
Oh, it's good. He found him there.
Get out your feet. Oh, well done.
Good block.
Unlucky.
He sent number 13 to sleep.
Rashford.
He did. He
He
looks
sent him to
sharp.
sleep.
He does look sharp.
He sent him Tesco's.
He did, tell you what as well, just the difference between like the Rashford of last season, towards the end of last season, Marcus Rashford he looked like he wanted to be anywhere else but the Manchester
pitch,
United
yeah.
pitch. He was devoid of confidence. He was walking in games to the point where you thought, like, actually, is he ever going to get this back? And he's looked so different already this season. Another short corner by United to Rashford. Bruno again. Fizzes it in.
Oh my God, he went past 3 players.
Someone.
He went past 3 players.
Someone.
Just stick a
slide
foot out.
in. Yeah.
Please, I don't want another 3-2. I don't want games where we're not.
I need a clean sheet. I actually need a clean sheet.
I just want...
He went past 3. You know, it's a lot of power though. He should
Casemiro,
have. Should have placed it more than. Yeah.
You just need... That's where, to be fair, if you've got... That's where you want... Ronaldo's a bit on the 6-yard box. We want that striker gamble, fly across the goal. It's not bad by Bruno. It's a good start from United though. That's a couple of chances already. Yeah. To be fair...
Don't say it. Don't say it.
What? I was going to say, to be fair, that was the same last week.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's what I'm saying.
Because then last week you said, they just need one chance.
They did.
And then they got one chance and they scored.
I tell you what,
jinxed
Mina,
us.
I was livid last week.
Yeah, you jinxed us.
That's a yellow. That's a yellow, no?
Is he going to give a booking? No, last week we played some all right stuff, had a couple of chances, and it's the same this week. All they need is one chance. We know the United defence, especially in the counter-attacks, can be somewhat fragile. All it takes is one chance. And that's what it did last week, and I was not happy. Dilvis says, and he's a member, says, Owen and Flex are the jinx master. I try my best not to be. And this has become a thing. Flex is getting very annoyed about it. He says we can't express ourselves anymore here on the channel.
Because Flex just brings
he's got the
vibes.
He's got powers. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. It can work in reverse ways. Like Casemiro did a bad pass, he fell on the floor, and then he got an assist. Ball in. Ooh. Going to be a corner ball, I think. That was a bit testy, that one. That was a good ball. Neil Lennon knows it as well. Have a look at this again.
Great ball.
It was a good ball. Neil Lennon being the Omonia manager is so...
Still weird.
It feels very on brand though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
he just
it does.
I mean, they literally, their badge looks like Celtic. They're green.
It does, doesn't it?
And he just went, I'm just going to go to Cyprus.
Nice and sunny over there too.
Exactly. With loads of stray cats. Oh, go and watch it on the channel. There was loads of stray cats there. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Europe, I've seen a lot of stray cats in like Italy.
There's a lot in Portugal as well.
Is there?
A lot, yeah.
I couldn't...
Look how quickly they get back for the counter.
Yeah.
Go on.
Go on, Fred.
We're showing him.
Oh. Yeah, Flex and Josh were out there last
Oh,
week.
good ball.
Ball in.
Too much.
Why? What's the rush?
Ronaldo puts the thumb up, but I was like, man.
What's the rush?
Even me a few years ago, that was going to be tough on that one. Look at this.
It's a good pattern of play, but...
Bruno had so much time.
Yeah, patience.
Yeah.
Be patient.
Even prime Ronaldo's not getting that.
No, it's too much.
Bruno's fizzing the balls in this evening so far, isn't he?
That's the one thing that annoys me about him sometimes, I'm not going to lie. His impatience on the ball. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I wonder what he's seen. Where is he writing down?
He's a very well-dressed manager.
He barely smiles. Even when we score, I don't see him celebrate.
A bit of a fist bump sometimes.
Little fist bump maybe.
Or a clap, that's all.
Yeah, it's clear.
It's minimal expression.
That's passing.
It's just, he was out at Old Trafford as well. He's got this routine, hasn't he, where if it's a match day, he'll show up like 3 or 4 hours before kickoff, playing out from the back. That's nice by Manchester United. Marcel, where are you?
Through the line, go on. Out. Fantastic.
There you go. Look at this, Mina. This looks Ten Hag-ish. Fred, turn out.
I'm telling you, every time Fred's got the ball,
we just played out from the back there.
Comfortably as well.
Go on.
Make a note of it. Take him on. Take him on. Go past him.
Bring the skills up.
I just want to see, that's where you just want to see. Ball over top by Fred. Goes back to the goalkeeper. That's where you just want to see. You see that a lot with Anthony, don't you? He's one-on-one with the fullback, or at least sort of square on. You're thinking, right, go on.
Yeah,
go
him
past
on,
him. He just will roll it over his feet a little bit. But then when he does, he scores.
Yeah.
Because he's got an unbelievable whipped shot.
Yeah, he does.
In him. Good header by Lindelof. I thought Flex asked a good question in the press conference to him, saying that is Erik Ten Hag the kind of manager whose philosophy suits him? And to be fair, I mean, you would say it would, wouldn't it?
I think it does. And Lindelof has got a pass on him.
He does.
He can't play out from the back. He can't carry the ball comfortably the way Martinez can. But look, he can find
just like that. Imagine that.
If only that went to the man. But he can play pinpoint passes, which I think under Ten Hag is something that he can benefit from.
Good.
wins it back again. Look at this. Fred. Casemiro shifts it out wide. There's Dallo to Anthony. Take him on!
Look at the overlap.
There you go. Ball in. Oh,
It wasn't a bad ball.
I like a bit of that by Anthony. Just a little bit. That wasn't even pace. That was just getting out your feet. Ball possession 69%, 31 to Omonia. That's going to be the game though. United are going to dominate the ball. It's just a case of got to do what we didn't do against them in the first half last week. Make these chances
We
count.
just need to hit straight away.
Yeah, as soon as we score a goal, many will come. Yeah, that's how it is.
Oh, we said that last week.
We said that, and we did. We scored 3, conceded 2, but we scored 3. I think we need to keep a clean sheet. It doesn't matter who we're playing against. I think clean sheets should be the target for this defensive line.
That is a good ball, though.
You're right, though. It is one of those games that if you can get an early goal against a side like this, then it's like, okay, then you would be expected to win 4-0, 5-0. But what you can't do is what we did last week, where you do give them something to hang on to. You go 1-0 down, or you get to half-time and it's 0-0. Then the game gets a little bit more cagey, and you don't want that to happen. But to your point, Mina, what I want out of this game tonight is something comfortable, reassured, some goals.
I want a lot of goals, because if we ain't scoring 4, 5 right now in the Europa League, when do you think we'll score them?
Yeah, I mean,
what does it mean if we do get a Barcelona?
Yeah, exactly.
Correct me if I'm wrong. If we top the table, I think we skipped around in 32, right?
Yeah, so there's this sort of playoff thing this year, whereby if you finish second, you face a team that comes out of the Champions League, and I think it's a 2-leg thing, but if you finish top, you don't participate in that. So it's an extra amount of games in addition to all of the games.
Why are they doing this for?
Because, you've got to try and fix things that aren't broken, You've got to try and add in more games. There aren't enough games.
Try and injure more players.
Exactly, especially coming out of the World Cup.
Yeah.
I don't think we've even really thought about that, like what effect that's going to have on some of the players.
We come back straight away, I think it's the Boxing Day.
Boxing
Day fixtures. Obviously, I don't want to say hopefully some of our players get an early break from the World Cup. I want them to all go as far as possible with their national teams. But for the players who end up going to the quarters, the semis or the finals, it'll be interesting to see how Ten Hag rotates them out of the squad come Boxing Day fixtures, because Boxing Day, I think we play 26th, and then we play on the 29th.
29th, yeah.
And then we play on New Year's or New Year's Day. Yeah. So that's literally 3 games in about 7 days.
It would depend on the national team as well. You would expect some of the managers to, if they have some depth in their team, to rotate. I mean, they're probably going to play their stronger squad in every 3-4 days in the World Cup, but you want to keep your squad somewhat fresh if you have some squad depth as well internationally. Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, the teams from the African teams will be like, well, we deal with this all the time with AFCON.
Yeah, it's true.
They might actually be somewhat adjusted to playing mid-season like that. Because you saw it last season, people like Salah and Mane and all that came back, just carried on going.
Straight back in.
Yeah, straight back in.
And it's funny because I've seen in the past some clubs refusing to let their players go with their national team for
That was crazy, wasn't it?
It's you would never see that happening with any other tournament that happened.
Never. It was insane. They were questioning, well done, Bruno. Keep going.
Pass it.
Oh, he could have
passed it,
yeah. Play that ball.
Ronaldo. What can he do from there?
Go on.
An overlap of Malacia. Put the ball in. Blocked. That was wild. I couldn't believe that was a point of discussion last season. There were legitimately some players for the AFCON.
I think it was even Crystal Palace was one of them.
Yeah, and they would go to him, so are you going to go? And they're like, well, yeah. Why would I not?
Exactly.
Why would I not go? It's a bizarre question. But again, going back to it, that might be quite interesting to see how they do react coming out of it. I mean, again, this is all very unprecedented, and it's also going to be interesting to see how it affects the January transfer window as well.
Oh, definitely.
He's in a bit behind here.
No,
He's in behind Martinez. Just deal with that. Well done. See that just stuff like that. That's just a little bit of a warning.
It is.
You can't ever be. We can make all of the chances. That's just simple as well. It's just a throw-in. Just spins behind Martinez. Better player. Deals with it well though. That is the good thing with Martinez. That if he does get caught, he's got the pace to recover.
Yeah, of course.
Or the tenacity to recover. But nearly 20 minutes gone, still 0-0 at Old Trafford. Had a couple of chances.
We just can't put in a good cross. I've realised we've had a few crosses in, but it just can't beat the first man.
Oh my
Sloppy
God!
Cross.
Who was it against? Was it against Omonia last week, or was it against Everton? It might have been against Omonia actually. the set pieces were dreadful. Ericsson was taking them, and none of them were beating the first man or too much height on it. We need to take advantage of that. You know, we've got one of the best headers of the ball in the game, and we've got Casemiro now.
Don't we have a set piece, coach?
Well, you're going to bring up the Eric Ramsey thing again because Faz, if you do.
I might be on board the Faz train with that one.
Eric
Go on,
Ramsey,
Anthony.
there you go.
that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. Go past him. Keep going. Oh, see, he's got it in him. I can feel it. Edge of the box, Casemiro, Malacia. Ball in.
Good ball, too much height though, too much height.
That's the story of the half, isn't it? Get to that point, ball, a little bit too much on it. But you did see there, Anthony, he can do it. He can go past people.
Yeah, he can do it, man.
Just want to see it more.
It's just the final ball that's just not.
It just isn't there at the moment for United.
I want to see us circulate the ball more in centrally.
Passing it, yeah,
we don't
yeah.
need to keep putting these long balls or these type of passes. Just play centrally. Someone's going to take a shot outside the box. Just shoot more, because someone's going to score eventually,
And just, move the ball a little bit quicker. The ball into the box doesn't have to be a cross every single time.
No, it doesn't.
You know what I mean? Just work it.
You saw
a little
that
bit.
Malacia, the first ball that he put into Rashford, which was on the floor. It was just the
Yeah,
first ball
just
in.
a simple ball.
Exactly. Or get the ball to people like Rashford, who absolutely can beat people one-on-one. We saw it against Omonia last week. He's got that about him. Lindelof gives it to Anthony. Dallo.
Go on.
Oh.
Again.
Oh, still. Okay.
Gives it, well done.
Flip-flop, yeah.
Bit of a flick.
Take him on. Just take him on.
Oh man.
Tanag is definitely frustrated.
He's just
take him on,
He's the
man.
player that is just analog stick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pure analog stick on FIFA.
Holding L2 and just.
You don't know what the skill you're actually doing.
Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, go on. One more hard.
Rashford.
Come on, finish
Oh,
that.
goal!
That would have been such a good goal.
This is the backup keeper, by the way. That's twice.
He's here to make a
Nah,
statement. I'm telling you,
He's
there's
gotta
always
be.
that one player that's thinking, it's the only time I'm ever going to play at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
So it's him. He's going to give us the performance of his life.
The Omonia backup
And then he's
keeper.
going to go up to Ronaldo after the end of the game and ask for his shirt.
Go on, pass it central, good.
Bruno Fernandes. Another. He's trying
We
that.
don't need to do
He's
that.
trying
We
that.
don't need to
forcing
do
that ball
that.
in.
Yeah.
We've
We've got Flex got De Gea's shirt from last week. It's here at UVHQ.
You got it from last week?
Yeah.
From the game?
Flex, yeah.
Oh,
it's here. It's just back there, yeah.
Did he go near the goalpost?
No. In fact, he got it after the game. He didn't touch it before the game.
Okay, I'll let him off for that one.
But it's here. And it's small.
Did he? It's small.
It's a small.
I'm not surprised.
It's a small. Yeah. It's a small. I'm shocked.
Because I remember when De Gea first joined, and they were saying that he was too tight. They were saying he was too small to play goal.
Yeah.
He was very
skinny. Yeah.
He was very
But even with a little bit of put on, he's still small.
How tall is he?
He's got to be
6'4", no?
No,
He can't be that tall. He don't look that tall.
No?
He's got to be, I think he's what?
He's I maybe say 6'1", maybe
6'1",
6'2".
maybe? He's not a tall keeper.
Yeah, because he's not like 6'6". But I think maybe he's about 6'2". Because the height gap between him and Martinez is quite big.
But I saw it.
Go on, Rashford.
And it's like a little bit, it's like different kind of material.
The goalkeeper one.
None of that like replica stuff, like it feels different.
This is the original.
Yeah.
Did you get it signed or no?
Nah.
Then it's not real.
No. Well done, Rashford. Go past him. Cuts back.
There
Nice.
you go. Nice. Oh!
What's he going to do? He's going to go back. He's going to go for a shot.
Oh, unlucky.
Tried it
Times
too
like
much.
that, he should just cross it in. But Rashford's looking a lot
He's looking
more.
good. He's looking
confident.
good.
Yeah.
The
His
front three are
confidence is
looking
coming
pretty
up.
good. The link-up plays are looking good.
Rashford looks sharp, definitely. I don't understand this insistence of like getting it to like just outside the box and trying to chip it in or trying to whip a cross in. Keep playing it, Ronaldo. It's like a little bit of composure. Everything doesn't need to be like ball over the top. Someone has to run onto it.
Oh, careful, Lindelof.
Keep it.
It's just. I think when you get to this point.
Good ball.
There you go. That's a good pass. Bruno Fernandes.
Oh,
God! I thought it was in.
I want him to take more shots like that. I just want him to
yeah.
take more shots like that. To just even like with Rashford, even though he's not missing his chances, is building his confidence.
Yeah, one of these will go in. If you pass the ball centrally, take a shot just outside the box, one of these will go in.
Do you think with Bruno though, because we spoke about this earlier, and like when he came in initially, those numbers were unbelievable, and you can talk about Fernandes, whatever. But is he ever going to get those kind of numbers again for United? Do you think?
I think he can. I just think he's in a slump. Like,
you think so?
I genuinely think
they were
it's just
crazy numbers.
I don't think so, because
I think our tactics has changed from that year when he was performing like that.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing in a very offensive position as well. And when you have Ronaldo in your team, they occupy a similar space. So he's not going to be given that sort of freedom as he was playing pretty much as a centre forward for that season. So, you know, it's going to be tough. I think he can still assist. You know, he could still assist, and you can see in some of these games he's still trying to get those goals as well, because he thrives under that. But I think he can still get a good amount of assists. Goals is going to be difficult because when you have Rashford and Anthony, who are both goal threats, you know, it's going to be difficult.
Omonia, ball in the
good
box
composure. Oh, get rid of it. Good.
Well done, Dallo. Casemiro. Playing out
Good
from
football.
defence. Look at that. Now a bit of pace. Malacia. Yeah, I don't know if Bruno can get back to those numbers. I think those numbers were so high, and we play so differently now, that because he was getting we're talking over 20 goals.
Yeah, he was.
And assists.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. And
I think even he is trying to assist more. I've seen a lot of opportunities where he's trying to create a chance for someone else rather than taking a shot.
Yeah,
He's more in his, creative mindset, I would say. I would definitely be happy if he scored less but assisted the same numbers as that season. But I don't see him hitting those numbers again, simply because we're just in a different tactical mindset. Yeah, it's just different. And I remember people used to call him like Penandes, but to consistently score penalties is not easy.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It was even to the point of it was getting ridiculous how many we were getting. But two, the fact that he was scoring all of them every single time as well.
Especially with his kind of approach, because he doesn't put that much power into it.
And he does that little hop.
And since then, he's terrible on penalties now.
Yeah.
So it's like we've just cursed ourselves. We were so critical of him, and then now we've cursed him.
I know.
And now,
and the curse is real here at United View as well. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right hand corner. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club. Click the link in the video description, or it's the pinned comment in the live chat. Get your badges, get your emojis, and your exclusive members only content as well.
Come on,
Fred, dispossessed, no foul. Omonia on the counter attack.
Good, Delo. Go on, pass it.
And again, Martinez, calmness.
Nice.
There you go.
Composure.
Casemiro.
Good.
are we missing Eriksen? Oh,
That's a good pass. Why did he let it run across him? That was a good pass by Fred. That was an Eriksen-esque pass as soon as you said it. Ball into the box.
Rashford
back
is
post.
there. What?
Malacia.
Malacia. Rashford.
Well done. Go on, Rashi. Take a shot.
Again. Second time, maybe third time he might be lucky. That's his third shot.
Yeah, him and this keeper, they're going for it. Going against each other.
But you know what's impressing me actually is that his shots are actually on target.
Yeah.
That's what's impressing me right now.
Just got to get on target. That's the
thing.
thing.
I took a little deflection.
That's the thing with sometimes though. I think people underestimate just get the shot on target. You don't have
everything
to be
else
in the corners.
is just get on target.
Some keepers are rubbish. They won't save it.
Well, this keeper's doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, this keeper's flying.
Yeah.
Omonia, who's the goalkeeping coach? Corner in, Rashford back post.
Oh, unlucky.
Unlucky. Yeah, I don't think Eric Ramsey is actually the set piece coach anymore. I think that was part of the argument when that came up. Is that he's
I refuse to believe that we have a set piece coach.
I think he does individual coaching or something like that,
Makes
according
sense.
to Cam. Who would know? But I don't know
If
who
Cam
does.
says it, then I trust it.
Exactly, but I don't know who does the set pieces for United.
I don't think there is one.
Either way, it has not improved.
Maybe it's Flex.
Maybe.
It could be Flex.
Bruno.
Oh.
Dear.
The good thing is that when we lose possession, we're pressing straight away.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
it's
counter presses
Omonia,
on,
but we're not giving up. We're not sitting back once we lose possession to just kind of win it back again in our half.
Ten Hag doesn't look happy. When does he look happy?
Almost half an hour.
You can't tell actually if he might be happy.
Yeah, he may.
You
He's
can't
so
tell.
cheerful right now, but we
He's
don't
not
know.
I'll tell you who's not happy. Sancho's not happy either.
Potentially. He thought he was going to play.
Give Zidane Iqbal. Let him play. Bring him on. I was hoping Europa League would be when we would see the academy players.
Yeah, it takes me back to pre-season. Zidane Iqbal, Charlie Savage.
Ooh.
Balling out in the midfield. They were the
I want to
days.
see. I don't want to butcher his name. Kobe Maino? I think that's how you say it.
Kobe Maino, yeah. I watched him in the Youth Cup final last season. He was really good.
I've been watching him in the under-21s lately. He's been good, and I think he actually trained with the first team this week for the Europa League game. So I was hoping to see him on the bench. My
just concern with this game so far is, yes, we've played some okay stuff, but it's just so similar to the exact same game last week.
We've had 8 chances.
Where again, it's like, okay, they've had, and remember they had 0 chances.
And they just had that one counter.
and you get to the point where you get into the final third, it's okay, can't find the right pass, and we go, we're building towards it, but...
Because we still haven't really created that easy opportunity for someone.
One where you would go, I can't believe we missed that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just
We
been a
still
couple
haven't.
of shots from edge of the box.
Yeah.
Keeper's made a couple of good saves.
The final ball is not really there.
Yeah, exactly. We get to sort of this bit.
It's just that we just become...
And then we just force it. We go,
Where's that go? Where's that ball going?
And in the
we're overdoing it now. We're overdoing it a bit.
The longer the game goes on as well in this kind of thing.
I think Shaw might come on second half.
What are you saying?
I feel like Malacia is not offering much going forward than what Shaw would do.
It's crazy. The left back spot has just completely been flipped on its head in a couple of games.
With Tellez, this is what happened as well when Alex Tellez came in. He played a few games and then Luke Shaw came out. You know,
how is he actually doing?
Alex Tellez, he's at Sevilla.
I think he's playing full games.
He is playing, but I have not watched the Sevilla game.
Yeah, we're not hearing, we're not hearing positives. I'll tell you what, you've got to get Tellez back.
Good.
Remember, he was going to be set piece specialist as well.
Tell you what, he had a great cross on him.
He had a good left foot.
Yeah,
he had a good left foot.
That goal he scored against Villarreal, the volley outside the box.
Yeah. Zayn Miassi with a super chat, of course, Mum's credit card firmly on the desk, says, Saka strikes again, you can't even beat a pub team. We did last week, Zayn.
One more?
Oh my God, why is it not coming? Why is it not coming?
And Kizza with a super chat says, we're trying too hard, forcing it. Why is Malacia playing midfield? He's too narrow. Malacia does that a lot. Malacia...
But is it instructions? Because I see Dallo doing it sometimes. He plays...
Yeah, constantly.
They play like quite inverted.
Inverted fullback,
But then the thing is like... I wouldn't mind that if it's Luke Shaw because I know Luke Shaw offers something going forward. Malacia, a lot of the time when he plays inverted, he ends up just going sideways or going back.
Yeah, for me, I think Luke Shaw, what we saw against Everton, is quite, I think for me, quite clearly a better passer of the ball than Malacia. And he offers a bit more physicality as well. And one thing about Malacia, I don't know if you guys have noticed, he's very one-footed.
Bit of space.
Have a shot.
He's going to have a shot. Casemiro. Oh, the bar. Casemiro.
What a goal that would have been.
That would have been crazy. Flex. Who would have been sat right down. Oh. I'd have gone back to Casemiro's a threat, man.
Go on, just keep it. Don't force it. Don't force it.
Have a shot. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
Oh, Bruno's absolutely scarred. Casemiro, man.
What a shot. God.
I think the keeper got a finger to it, you know. I actually think...
I'll tell you what, if he tips this on the bar, I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah,
he did.
It looks like the keeper touched it.
He kind of dives past it a little bit.
Yeah, he got a touch. That was going in, I think.
Yeah, he got a little touch. I'm telling you, this keeper, he's performing.
Yeah, it was going in.
He might get a touch on it. I tell you what, the Omonia reserve goalkeeper pulling out a story at Old Trafford, that's like a Disney film. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Oh, man.
30 years from now, his grandkids ain't going to believe that he saved a shot from Ronaldo.
Exactly. Oh.
Good time.
See, I know I'm being very early to judge it as well, but this is when I start getting nervous.
Yeah, me too.
When you have hit the bar and you have had a couple of chances, you go, tell you what, might not be our night.
I think we've had 10 chances now.
But then I said that at the weekend, when we went 1-0 down against Everton, I was livid, and I said we were not going to come back. And then we reacted really, really well.
Yeah.
Best I've seen United react in a while. So I'm going to keep the faith. You could say goal is coming, just got to stay calm, stay composed.
There you go.
Ball in.
Can't be the
crossing has been rubbish.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
We're getting more opportunities just playing centrally, just trying to play through them.
Which is why I would prefer to just see us play through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if you get to the point centrally where it is a bit crowded, just reverse it, go back, refresh, go again. Malacia, to be fair, that is such a central position.
It is.
He's centre mid, Malacia.
Look at Bruno telling him where to
get
go.
out wide. Ah, see, Bruno, you don't need to force it there. It's not the place.
I'm getting a bit. I'm getting a bit nervous.
Yeah, just you don't. That's the bit there where you would say, okay, like if the spaces aren't there, someone make a run. If not, turn around, go back.
Yeah. Just
start again.
Start again.
Keep composed. Now panning to people in the crowd, which shows obviously the excitement of the game.
I don't think I've ever seen this, unless you're losing.
It was a long crowd shot.
That was like 4 different shots.
Yeah, exactly.
They said there's not much entertainment on the pitch, so let's look at people in the crowd.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that Omonia kit as well, it's like clashing with my eyes.
Yeah.
A lovely mint green is how you describe that.
Yeah.
But nearly 35 minutes gone, still 0-0 at Old Trafford. United have had every single chance out of the majority of the ball. Casemiro's hit the bar. but still no goals. But you would hope that one is coming. Please.
I hope so.
What's the chat saying? And Blue Dabba Dabba says Anthony being man marked. Ataro says Bruno has always been wasteful. Dilbus says Anthony being bad. David Lee, the Oracle, big up the mods, says don't get nervous, goal is coming. And Tank says just drop Bruno for at least 3 games, no improvement. A lot of Bruno discussion going on.
I think this conversation about Bruno has been going on since last season.
Oh yeah, it has.
I was a lot less harsh on players last season just because of the roller coaster of a season that it was with 2 managers. Malacia.
Rashford. Go on. He's looked lively. Cut it back, Fred.
Put a cross in. Now this is where you put a cross in, but
well done. Malacia, now he put the ball in. Oh, Ronaldo over the bar.
Good ball.
Better build-up play. Well, Malacia looks like he's a bit hurt. But I like there that he didn't cross the ball in. I like that instead of just going, I could put the ball in here when he gets it back in a second, he goes, no, I'll give it a 1-2.
Yeah, it's good.
Now, there, he could have put the ball in there, but you go, actually, no, try something a little bit different. It's half chance for Ronaldo.
Yes,
not expected.
He didn't even hit his
foot. Took a deflection or?
It's kind of like...
it was the follow-through that hit him.
Yeah, it's behind him.
Oh, yes. Go on.
Does there need to be a conversation about Bruno though, Mina? Or when isn't there a conversation, to be fair, about Bruno Fernandes?
That's the thing.
Who do you replace him with, though? Say he's not playing well and you take him out the side. I don't know if I want to put Eriksen that far advanced because he's so effective from the role he is at the moment.
In the middle, yeah.
Number 8.
This is when a lot of people would say Van der Beek. Wow. A lot of fans. And the thing is, I feel bad for Van der Beek because I feel like he could have probably got maybe some game time.
He would have. Yeah. He definitely would have.
In Europa League. He's injured, and I think the manager even said he's out for quite some time.
Long term.
We don't even know what the injury is.
No, just said long-term injury, didn't he?
Same with Wan-Bissaka as well.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting. Is that their way of getting pushed out of the door?
Well, I'm not allowed to talk about Donny. I have the Van der gender, apparently.
No, it's just interesting because I would have thought the manager would mention.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, to your point, now these would be the games you would think he would play. But then, in reality, actually, probably not, because Ten Hag's not actually rotating that much. So, even Donny might not have played. But I would say, and this isn't really a conversation for January, because I don't think we've got any money to spend in January, but certainly next summer, we probably do need another option in that number 10 spot.
We do.
Nobody can be indispensable.
I want to see Sancho in that 10. I've said it so many times.
Yes. I think so as well.
Run into each other. I would love to see Sancho in that 10, especially in a game like this when we've got so much possession of the ball. It would be interesting to see how he would have done there.
He would keep the ball a lot better than what Bruno does. He would have a lot more control in possession. He would look for those intricate passes as well, which Bruno hasn't been doing. So I would like to see Sancho in that position, but I don't think it's going to happen.
But also as well, you would think that, again, the criticism about Sancho is that, okay, he's not the quickest player, but technically he's very sound, so he could fit at number 10.
Yeah, that would be neither is Bruno, really,
That would be a position for him.
Anthony, ball over to Ronaldo. Oh, keeper just about gets there. Everything just kind of feels like...
It's not falling.
No,
it's not
exactly.
That last puzzle is not getting in,
It's just being forced.
Just feels like a struggle all the time.
It's a good ball, but it's defended as well,
The longer the game goes on as well. How many minutes are left? About 7 minutes left to half-time plus stoppage time, which you don't think there'll be too many of, to be honest. It's going to be like Barcelona last night, 6 minutes. What a game that was. That's a good pass by Bruno.
That's good.
Anthony, is he going to take him on? Ball in, that's a good ball, Fred! He's got to score.
He's got to score that one.
Unmarked.
That's the first clear opportunity we've had.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's the Brazilian, I forgot, it's the Brazilian
connection.
Brazilian connection, yeah.
That's the one, like you say, take him on, that's clear cut.
All by himself.
He's got to score.
Frantini.
All by himself.
Frantini
connection. He knows it as well.
Yeah, that should have gone in.
Like you said, that's the one where you point to at half time.
Yeah.
That's the one you should have scored.
That's the one.
That's the chance.
If that's probably Ronaldo, that's probably going in.
That thing is that started, to be fair, from Bruno.
Yeah, no, that's a good pass.
Decent
Great pass. Wide.
Anthony goes past the flag, decent ball into the box. Super chat from Biggie Third says, I'm at that point where I never get the Bruno hype. At some point, we need to try the Eriksen in the number 10 position, especially when Fred is playing with Casemiro.
Will we be seeing Fred and Casemiro more often together?
I
That's
don't
what
know.
I want to know.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think we've passed the Fred and McTominay part, so
Yeah.
thank God for that. It would be interesting to see, because the whole argument about Fred and McTominay playing together was, why would we need two players to do one man's job? We got Casemiro now.
Yeah, exactly.
What is Fred offering? Fred is just offering us rotation for Eriksen. But then in a game like
That's
this,
a short pass.
Who was that
That's a
pass from?
short
Was it
pass. I
Martinez?
think Martinez gets away
very
with
lucky
it.
there.
To be fair, I think Casemiro's looked all right in this game so far. Looked assured.
Yeah, he's
hasn't
looked good.
given the ball away or anything like that.
The thing is, in a game like this, it's going to be hard for Casemiro to look amazing when he's not really being challenged in midfield.
He's getting forward more than he probably is defending.
Exactly, yeah.
I just keep thinking about that Fred chance now. That was the one. That really was the one. But even that is kind of an indictment on this half, that you get till about 40 minutes and you go,
Just to create one of
that
those
was the big
drops,
Fred chance against Omonia at Old Trafford. Ball given away. We made it further than we did last week. They scored in the 35th minute against us last week.
Don't jinx us. Now they're going to score in the
5
45th
minutes to
minute.
go down.
You just want to jinx us.
I don't want to jinx
you
us.
just want to
All
jinx
over the
us.
top.
You just want to
done well
jinx
there.
us.
I want something to happen in this game, Mina. I want United to wake up.
No foul, get up.
Advantage. Now you've got some space to go into, Dallo. Don't stop. Keep going.
Good, keep going. Take him on, Anthony.
We
Take him
need
on.
some runners with
Take
him.
him on. Pass. Good.
1-2.
Oh, 2 players on him.
Good tackle, Fred. Oh. And to be fair, do you have to give credit to Omonia? I tell you what, they're on the break here.
Oh, this is dangerous.
He's running. Is that
Is
there,
Bruno? That's Bruno.
Lindelof running in treacle.
Oh my God! If they scored, it's Owen's fault. If they scored, it would have been Owen's fault. And we spoke about this, Bruno. You said, "Oh, the good thing is they scored in the 35th
It's a good
minute."
break.
By the way,
He's
he
quick.
absolutely rinsed Lindelof.
he's
Look how slow Lindelof is trying to keep up with him.
Can't keep up with it.
He got that little bit of a skip run at the end when you're going to fall
looked
over.
like
You know
he was
what?
about to drop.
That's actually a bad shot
He should
for
have
him.
squared it.
you know?
He should have squared it.
He knows it. Neil Lennon fuming.
Oh, imagine going 1-0 down. No.
That was the one. That was the one they needed.
14 total.
That's their
14
first
attempts to
chance.
1.
That-
That was
do
the
you
one
know
they
that-
needed.
You know these new like data stats. I'm
Yeah.
interested to see what our XG is.
I might be able to find out.
You might be able
I'm not
14
gonna find
attempts. How much of that was on target? Because our XG must be like 3 at this
Yeah, it
point.
should be about 3, I would say. Rashford got, 2 shots on target. Bruno.
I don't know, to be fair, like the XG goes up with proper clear-cut chances, and we've only had one.
Yeah,
proper
so it might not be that
clear-cut.
high, actually,
It might
now
not
that you
even
say
be
that.
that high. You know, yeah, you can have
Take him on,
shots.
Anthony, take him.
What does it actually count for?
What was that, Anthony? Come on.
Well, that's it. Again, that's our left back. He's Bruno Fernandes is wider.
Our left back is literally
He's
playing as
in
a
the
cam.
centre circle.
Oh,
there again.
oh my God. Oh my God.
the hair's come out.
Oh!
David, Pete, the hair, man. There's a time for sweeping. It's not then. Oh.
Is that Malacia? Look at how literally he's on the right now.
Good touch.
Since when has the hair ever come out that far? And now he's decided.
Tell you what, he done well.
Now
there,
he's
though.
decided.
Look at his sweeper keeper bag.
Sweeper keeper. Ugh.
Go wider. Good.
Oh.
Fred is basically playing as our left back right
Fred. That's a good pass by Casemiro. Here's Dallo.
Go on.
He's going to try and take him on.
now. Corner.
Is that corner?
Corner. Was he giving a goal kick?
Goal kick.
Man. Well, the game's woken up a little bit. But I tell you what.
We're panicking
I
now. We're
can't
panicking.
lie. I can't
He
lie.
was in as well. David there. Martinez shoves him as well. You notice
Yeah.
that?
he's
Martinez,
like,
look
get
at
out
this.
of here, mate.
He literally put
A little
his
bit
body
of a
He put his body in.
dark
He
arts.
put everything
Dark
into that.
art stuff there. That could have been worse.
Harry Potter and that.
Never
dude.
a
Look at him.
foul or anything like that, but dark arts by Martinez. Phew.
Because he left.
They know
was
it as
gone.
well.
Lucky. Does it not worry you guys how we're not winning Europa League games comfortably? I'm looking at Arsenal, I watch Arsenal's Europa League games, and they don't struggle with the oppositions like we are. And obviously, it's 2 different clubs, 2 different teams,
This
2
is strong
different
side.
players.
Strong side. Like, this isn't weak. This is why this, and you know we question about why didn't Ten Hag rotate? This is why he plays his strongest side. Like you don't know.
The thing is, like, we're struggling to score. We're not
We're
struggling
not
against
struggling to-
Omonia. Do you know what I mean?
No,
It's-
we're not struggling, but we are just struggling in the final third.
Yeah,
which is the
yeah,
most
it's-
important part. We're not struggling in the back line too much. We're not struggling in the middle too
Okay,
much. We're creating chances, but none of it is tangible chances.
Yeah. Only that Fred one.
And in this game, it's just one chance.
Yeah, just that Fred one.
One chance, that's it.
Come on, just put in a beautiful cross in.
Yeah, this is the time for quality, Bruno. Ball put into the box, into the area. Oh, my God, mate. Oh, Casemiro again.
He's looking for his goal.
He's a threat.
He's looking for that goal.
Casa de Fret. Oh, it's unlucky as well. It's a good header.
Good direction on it, but...
Oh, just wide.
I'll tell you what, this... You just get the feeling about this game, don't you?
Oh, it's coming straight onto him. God.
That's it, half-time. Half-time, no added on time. Half-time at Old Trafford. It's Manchester United 0, Omonia 0. United have had all the possession, all of the ball, all of the chances really. But towards the end there, Omonia, a couple of chances on the counter-attack. Neil Lennon's trying to hide a bit of a smirk because he knows, actually, they've made it to half-time. And Ten Hag is trying to rush past him, getting him through to the tunnel there. Mina, what do you make of that?
We're just not taking our chances. We're just, and I feel I'm like you right now. I'm worried it's going to come back and bite us. Especially with that chance, which we were quite lucky to get away with. Actually, 2 chances that we gave to Omonia, which with the first one, he was selfish. If he squared that was going.
That was a goal.
Second one, De Gea sweep a keeper off his line so quickly. We were lucky in both them instances. There are some positives though. I wouldn't say this game is completely negative, even though we're down. We're drawing. Sorry, I'm just so used to being down in Europa.
Freudian slip.
I'm so used to being 1-0 down in Europa League or something. Rashford's looking confident.
Yeah,
he's looking confident. He's taking on his man. He's taking shots that in the past he would have just whacked that into Rosie. He could have had a hat-trick by now. Keeper is having the game of his life.
Backup goalkeeper. So a couple of super chats here. And Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die says, if Lindelof fails, he's a big Lindelof fan, and Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die. Yeah. It's, I thought it was because he was Swedish. Apparently he's not. It's just a big Lindelof fan.
I didn't know Lindelof had a fan base.
It's a huge fan base. And Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die says, if Lindelof fails, it's because of Flex. He's put a curse on him after the interview, and it has to be Eric Ten Hag who instructed Malacia. Arsenal struggled today. Choco Page says, teams always give United their best. Oh, it's always a big game coming to Old Trafford, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, Paolo, what do you make of that first half? Again, half-time 0-0.
Yeah.
Bit of nerves. Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely a bit of nerves. I mean, the only thing that's been worrying me, and we've said it throughout the first half, we're actually, if in comparison to the other game, I felt like in this game, yes, we've had more overall chances, but we've actually created less clear-cut chances, which is a bit worrying because I look at the Fred header, the Casemiro one at the end of the first half. I mean, even the Casemiro one is not really clear-cut, but the Fred one in particular, if that was Casemiro or Ronaldo, that's probably going in. So for me, I actually want to see some subs in the second half, to be honest.
I mean, this is the frustrating thing, isn't it? Is that it just feels to me like a complete replication of last week. The only difference is we haven't gone in 1-0 down at half time. But you look at it, the half was United first 25, 30 minutes, completely dominant, not clear-cut chances, but looking like we might create something. But as the half goes on, especially against these smaller teams and these kind of cup competitions, if you give them a chance, if you give them something to hang on to, because they're taking it 15 minutes by 15 minutes. Once they get to sort of 35 minutes or 40 minutes, they think, I'll tell you what, we can get the half-time 0-0. Now they're thinking, because they've got nothing to play for, they're not going to get through the group or anything like that.
You know, we come here, there's no pressure,
exactly.
Let's just play freely.
They just want to they're just thinking, we can do something quite historic.
Yeah.
And now we've given them a bit of confidence. To your point, Mina, there were a couple of chances for them towards the end of that half.
Which, if one decision different, could have been 1-0. Could have been 2-0, could have been even... The way that VAR has been working lately and the way refs have been in competitions,
I don't think it started.
He could have booked Martinez for that. Yeah. So it's just literally if one decision goes different. But Casemiro's looked good. A lot of people have been... Flex, this is for you.
Yeah.
This is for you, Flex.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been saying that they weren't too sure about Casemiro and whether he'd fit into United, whether he would adapt to the league. And I just said he needed a bit more time, a bit more game time, more playing time. Today he's had to do a lot less defensive work. It's Omonia, obviously. This is not Man City, it's not Liverpool, it's not Arsenal or Chelsea. But we've seen that not only does he offer us some positives in our defensive side, but he can actually be an offensive threat as well. Definitely. He's been getting forward today, hit the crossbar. He had a header which literally just went wide. So I'm very happy to see him kind of just like he just needed consistent game time. I never doubted that he needed to be our starting player in that position. I never doubted it. I know Flex did, but I know that I never doubted it. So I'm happy for Casemiro. I'm happy for Rashford. Like I said, he's looking a lot more confident today, as he has been this season compared to last season. And coming off of that injury, it's just our final ball is just not cutting it. Like we were talking about it during the game, where we're going a lot through the wings. We're going through our fullbacks, Dallo, Malacia. Their final balls are just not. It's not giving us anything. It's not contributing anything. So maybe we should try going a bit more central, especially with our fullbacks playing a bit inverted at times. Maybe we could actually get a goal like that.
This is a tremendous name. Shabalabalaba Ding Dong says 359 passes to 70 passes. If Omonia squared it, it's 1-0. Yes. Interesting. There's a bookable offence apparently. Jeffrey Taylor, who is a member of the UV Members Club, says yellow card for this doom and gloom analysis. We wanted possession, we got it. We wanted chances, we got them. Folks need to finish their food, lol. Do you think we got what we wanted in that half? Would you agree, disagree with that analysis?
Listen, what I've seen from this first half is clear that we created chances, but we've seen a bit of individuals creating their own chances. We haven't really seen clear-cut chances except for the Fred one. That's all we've seen. I mean, we've seen possession football. We've seen in this game playing out from the back.
We had a clear-cut chance. Rashford, he hit it straight into the keeper. Ronaldo played it. Bruno one-on-one with the keeper. One-on-one with the keeper, and he hit it into the keeper. Don't you guys remember?
No.
Oh, the left foot from Rashford.
Yeah.
but even
Maybe we were watching two different games.
Oh, the one where Ronaldo to Bruno to
and then
Rashford.
Bruno played a through ball. Last man. He beat the last man.
Yeah, that was a good save.
Good save. Good save.
I cannot remember that.
Because there's been so many, it's just hard to
There's
remember.
been so many Rashford chances.
That's a Rashford chance.
I
remember the one where he killed it. And
No,
the
this is
keeper
not a
took it
shot
away.
on goal. It's a shot on goal, but it came from.
I remember Casemiro hitting the bar.
No.
No, it was, that opportunity was, he could have possibly got that one in. And then you think of the Fred one. But that's it though. Everything else, Rashford has taken a shot. That one over there.
That one where he tipped it over
Good
the bar.
save.
Is that the one you're talking about?
That's not the chance.
We'll see it here. I think it was this one, wasn't it?
Yeah, this one. Bruno.
No, it's not this one.
That's
This is the Bruno shot.
That's the one we thought it was in. Rashford.
This was literally a Ronaldo
This
to
is the
Rashford.
Casemiro one where he hits the bar.
These are just,
Remember that one? Is this the clear-cut one?
No, probably not.
Not going to show it.
They better
Maybe
show
This
it.
was the one that Fred.
Maybe it's not
That's a clear cut.
That's a clear cut.
Maybe it's not as clear cut as
Didn't
I
make
thought
the
it
cut,
was.
Mina.
It didn't make
Can't
the
be
cut.
that
So it's
good.
not that
Can't be
good.
that clear cut if it didn't make the cut. Well, I don't recall. We were watching different games. But to be fair, you look at all of those, apart from the Fred one, which is in the box, should score. The rest are just sort of pot shots, measure the box.
Yeah.
Keeper makes decent saves. I mean, I suppose you do look at it, you look at that and you go, well, if you do that in the second half, chances are you probably will score.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's this what they're showing now. It's
that's a brilliant ball.
That's the concern, isn't it? That they are.
If he passes it, that's a goal.
He's got to square it, hasn't he? I didn't really notice that as much at the time. Look at
Like,
this.
will Martinez get onto that?
He's
I don't
just
think so.
Look at this.
If he fizzed
If he
the ball in
squares
there,
it,
bam.
Oh,
No, it's a goal. It's a goal.
it's a goal.
He saw his name in the lights. Old Trafford.
Yeah.
1-0 Ammonia. Yeah.
Ket Sajil.
Man like De Gea, dude.
I know,
This
sweeper
one.
keeper De Gea says, to be honest, we have to erase what we know about old players. Everyone is coached well now. Ten Hag always talks about good squad, not the best 11. Happy. So they're happy so far. I mean, I understand that. I mean, this is a game that we were going to have a load of possession anyway.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, I say this about these kind of games as well, I really ultimately don't care. If we win in 3 or 4 weeks' time, or depending on how far you go in the competition, no one's going to remember, I'll tell you what, that first half against Omonia.
No,
At
like
Old Trafford, you know.
I said it with the 3-2 win. I don't even want to remember this game.
Yeah.
Because first of all, it's not just Omonia. It's the fact that we conceded 2 goals against Omonia. So in my head, I just wanted that gone. And it'll be the same with this game. It will be the same with this game. You'll remember more the Sociedad games. You'll remember the Premier League games. You won't remember this game.
Yeah.
In a
The only
couple of
reason
time.
you'd remember this game is if we don't get a result.
Exactly.
If we don't get a result or we
Exactly.
slip up, then you'll point
Yeah.
that to, you go, tell you what, that's when we really
Yeah.
slipped up.
But I did say after the Real Sociedad game, we need to win every game in our
single
group.
game now.
Like we have to win, and that includes going to Real Sociedad.
Yeah, that's going to be the one
to win a game. So
but
if we're not
first.
if we're not winning our home games, then what luck do we have if we go away?
Or further in the competition, to your point, right? We've got nearly 1,000 people watching, so be sure to smash a like on the like button as well. Let's get those likes up. We can get to 500 likes or more. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. Road to 125k as well. Ooh. 123 and change a little bit at the moment, so on the road to 125k. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat as well. Paolo, you spoke about subs. When do you expect that he'll make them? Because he does tend to wait quite a long time to do them. Yeah. And what subs would you make?
Well, it's interesting because I'm wondering right now what Ten Hag is thinking. In his mind, is he thinking, I've got Newcastle on the weekend, but then he's also thinking, we're not winning this game.
Got to win.
Yeah, so he's going to be in two different minds. He might think, God, I need to bring someone on because we've got Newcastle. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to keep the same team. 60th minute, regardless of the result, I think he'll make subs. If we lose, he's going to make subs. If we're winning, he's going to make subs. I think he's going to bring on Luke Shaw, 60th minute. I think he's going to take Malacia out. Dalot, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because Dalot, I think he's been okay. He hasn't done much in this game. But again, if you play him 90 minutes against Newcastle again, he's bound to get injured at some point if he plays too many minutes, in my opinion. I think Luke Shaw will come on 60th minute. I think Sancho might come on as well. I think that he won't play against Newcastle, so you might as well play him against Omonia and just bring in something different. I mean, Sancho's going to keep the ball. He's going to look more for those passes. And I think that's what we're missing. And Eriksen.
Yeah.
Fred can't do what Eriksen does. Those passes in between the lines. And again, Eriksen's still a player as well who offers a lot in terms of, the shots outside the box. A cross on him as well. So I think that's what we're missing. Fred hasn't been terrible, but he hasn't been the player that can do what Eriksen does.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it, Mina? Is this another case of we did create some chances, but it just goes to show if Eriksen's not playing, just how much we miss him when he's not in the team.
We're creating chances. It's not like if we were not creating any chances and we had like 3 chances on goal, I would say yes, we are missing Eriksen. I think regardless we are missing Eriksen. I think that's why I said earlier in the game, if we took Bruno out and put Eriksen in, do you think the first half would have been the same? I don't know. But I feel like Eriksen keeps that ball ticking in the midfield.
Yeah.
Like you see him, what I've noticed a lot, especially in Premier League games, is that when Sancho was playing in particular, and McTominay, this is before Casemiro was playing, Eriksen would be on the right-hand side, linking up with Anthony and Dalot. Then he'd be on the left-hand side, linking up with Sancho and Malacia, getting the fullbacks involved. McTominay was getting involved on the left or the right-hand side. So he was literally, his heat map must have been crazy, which is why he needs some rest. When we signed him, I didn't think he would be this important of a player for us. I thought he would be making 60-minute cameos, maybe missing a game here or there. I didn't expect to see him playing in the Europa League, but we've missed him in the Real Sociedad game when he came off at half-time. We're missing him today. It's interesting to see if Ten Hag goes for the safe substitutions, because I do think that's the safe substitutions, to bring on Shaw, take off Malacia, and bring on Eriksen and take off Bruno. I would be interested to see if Malacia actually goes to right back and Luke Shaw comes on. Because then at least we've got one creative outlet on the pitch. I don't think the Ten Hag, I think he's very comfortable in his lineups. We don't see him change much often unless there's a big problem, and maybe he's not seeing it as big as a problem right now, especially like we're playing Newcastle next week Wednesday, we're playing Spurs. Like someone like Dalot, I wouldn't mind him coming off, because he's not been that impactful. I wouldn't mind him coming off and getting some rest. Especially,
like you said, with these big games coming up, I think maybe his mindset might have been, I tell you what, I'll play a relatively strong side, will be 2 or 3 up at half time, then I can make those subs. And maybe that's why he might be a bit frustrated now, because he's like, I tell you what, I can't make this subs. I can't do the rotation that I wanted to do, actually.
Yeah, I think if we go 1-0 up, or 2-0 up, take off Dalot, put Malacia at right back, bring Luke Shaw on. Luke Shaw was great against Everton. And you need a new dynamic there. And I think that one thing about Eriksen as well is that he's less wasteful than Bruno. And I feel like even though, we're still creating some chances, those little wasteful chances that Bruno is trying to create, Eriksen won't do that. So we still manage to keep the ball in those instances, and we still will be more efficient in possession.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect him to make any changes, to be honest, and not for a while anyway. I think that maybe to what we were just saying, I think it might be an Eriksen.
Yeah.
But it was an interesting question you asked, Mina, actually. If Eriksen was playing instead of Bruno, would there have been any difference in that first half?
I think they would have.
I think that we might not have seen those situations that we saw a couple of times with Bruno, where he'll try and force it, or he'll try that pass that is like the 1%er that you think, that's really difficult. Eriksen would instead just go, actually, I'll play it simple to someone else. I'll wait for the space to open up. That's kind of the difference.
He's not as wasteful, and that's what we need right now. But he looks like he hasn't made any changes.
No, it would appear no changes. Omonia are on their way out, back onto the pitch. I wonder what he said, Ten Hag, to him at half-time.
I wonder if we're ever going to see Elanga. Anthony. I don't think I've seen him since...
First couple games, isn't it?
Yeah, first few games.
Yeah, I mean, prior to Anthony coming in.
Anthony,
he was getting those games on the right-hand side.
Too many Anthony's on the pitch.
There's a lot of
That's why he doesn't want to play him.
Yeah, there's Anthony Elanga, Anthony Martial, Anthony.
Yeah.
I wonder what Ten Hag said to them at half-time, because this is pretty wild that you've played Omonia twice, home and away, and you haven't been leading at half-time in both games. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Europa League settings.
All right, let's go.
The game's just about to kick off once again. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And we're off. Second half's underway. Let's just get an early goal. Floodgates can open. We can forget about that first half. Ultimately, all that matters is the result. People won't remember the performance.
Go on.
There you go. This is what you want to start off with. Rashford gives it to Ronaldo.
Good. Bang it.
This keeper, it's over. This goalkeeper.
He's even better than the first one.
It's a Disney story. They're going to write a story.
That
and
was
make
the
a film.
softest shot I've ever seen.
Anthony would score that. Would score that.
I can't believe it.
Anthony, that was soft.
Rashford, that one.
Soft.
To be fair, though, that second one, even though it's a quality save.
Yeah,
the first one, I agree with you. Soft shot, and Rashford, if he gets his foot through it, he scores. Second one, though, that's
I'm sorry, I need to search this goalkeeper.
Hey guys,
it's good.
Third clear-cut opportunity there.
That is a clear-cut one.
Clear cut.
Absolutely. This goalkeeper, man. He can't even get a game for Omonia. Unbelievable.
Anthony would usually score that.
It's this one here. Look at this. Yeah, Rashford hits it into the ground, scuffs it. Still, that is a good save.
It's a good save.
That's your routines you do. That's your routines you do as a keeper.
Did
you know?
Get back up and again.
It makes sense. He's the starting goalkeeper for Nigeria.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he actually?
No way.
Apparently, according to Wikipedia, he's the starting keeper for Nigeria.
I thought that was...
I thought it was the other guy, but he played for them in the 2018 World Cup and 2019 AFCON.
Oh, I don't believe this.
So he's not an inexperienced keeper. As much as we keep saying he's the second string keeper.
Look, to be fair, the second one, like I said, it's an excellent save. You probably should criticise Rashford there and say, actually, look,
show that cleanly.
You haven't given him you've given him the chance to save it. You know, he scuffs it, but still. Oh.
I mean, it's just weird to see Anthony in that position because he usually does score with that angle. But you know, not all of them are going to go in.
This keeper's got Marcus Rashford tonight. You know, how many saves is that from Rashford now? Like 4?
That's like
4 or 5?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Go on, go on, Anthony. Take him on.
That could have been the perfect start.
Oh, good.
Ronaldo. Keep going. Anthony's in some space as well. Find the right pass, Bruno. To your left.
What is that pass?
It's Fred. Ronaldo.
No.
This keeper.
What's going on with this goalkeeper, man? Even Ronaldo says,
he's like, what are you doing,
Ronaldo's looking at him and going, mate, you're taking the piss, you know that.
He's thinking, who there?
The pass didn't look good, but it was perfectly weighted to Fred.
They're unorthodox. Like, to be fair, that shot from Fred's rubbish, but it's an unorthodox save.
Yeah, it is.
That's 2, though. 2 chances in 2 minutes. Certainly more impetus from United. Surely this keeper can't keep up the whole game, right?
It's been 2.5 minutes.
Or can he?
Eugene says, witchcraft. Pogba settings. Check the centre circle for hyenas. Or something like that.
Go on.
Here's Malacia, a bit of space to run into this time. But you've got to use this as some impetus, United. Who is that?
Rashford.
Rashy, come on. You're better than that. Or maybe he's not. Maybe this evening he's like, tell you what, that's a good bit of footwork. He's just skipped past Casemiro. Here's the Omonia Bruno. Nothing silly.
Oh, you ran straight
Let's run
into
into
Fred.
him.
Get
Start
up.
foul, play on.
Good. Go on.
Counter-attack ourselves. We've got some space.
Good, go on.
Go on, Rashford. Keep going. That's a foul. Cynical.
Send him
Book
off, ref.
Book
Send
him.
him off.
Yeah, we need to go down.
Send him off. Straight red.
Get rid of him. We need an
Straight red.
advantage. Oh, look, he's got cut off. He's got a collar up. Disgrace.
He had to do that.
Look at that.
Rashford was...
That's tactical foul.
Cantona settings at Old Trafford in.
Yeah, that's a
collar
tactical
up. Oh, unbelievable. See the chat saying booking. Absolutely, it's a booking.
It's a booking, definitely.
Oh, man. The longer the game goes on as well.
Do you know what this keeper reminds me of? I don't know if you lot remember last season, Champions League versus Villarreal. Arnott Danjuma absolutely destroyed United. He was unlucky to actually not score against us. I remember a lot of people saying, "Who's this Danjuma guy? Who is he? Who is he?" It's the same thing with the keeper today. He's coming to Old Trafford and thinking, "I'm putting on a show."
Make a name for yourself. Unbelievable.
Some of them are just poor finishes. They're just poor finishes.
Yeah, and some, like, for instance, that Rashford one, like I said, you give him the opportunity to make the save.
Yeah.
Still a very good save that you would expect him to make. Here is Rashford once again. Tries to skip past him. That's a bit of space. Is he going to have another shot? No. He's going to be insured to beat him.
Ooh,
oh, no.
Rashford is playing a lot more central.
But what is strange, though, with Rashford is that, okay, so he's had 4 or 5 shots saved by the goalkeeper, but he does look lively.
Yeah.
No, he looks good. He looks very good.
He looks sharp. Just can't score for whatever reason. This is really poor by Anthony. Look at that.
Yeah, he's definitely
a lot of people say he doesn't have a right foot. A lot of people say that he doesn't have a right foot. Maybe they were right.
Yeah. Riyad Mahrez settings, always cutting inside every single time.
But the funny thing is that if you look at it tactically, if you're playing Rashford and Anthony on either wing, you're not really getting that much. It's not really a good balance, really, when you think about it, because both of them are going to cut in.
He's out for a throw in for no reason.
Yeah. He's like, nah.
That's playing it. Just didn't fancy it. He had a lot of time on his hands as well. Looking at Eriksen, he might be the difference maker. Oh. Come on, just keep getting shots at this goalkeeper. Just keep.
Eventually,
keep
one
going.
of them will go in.
One of them
has to go in.
One of them's got to go in. He can't save them all, right? Oh, imagine. If this is like Football Manager settings, this is one where you look at your teams and the keeper's on like a 9, you're going, "This is taking the piss here."
What was that?
Come on.
What was it?
There was no need for that. Oh, counter.
Counter attacks on for them. Come on.
He saw the hair off his line.
It's fine.
That's disrespectful to the hair.
Exactly.
That is disrespect.
That's a violation. It's one thing to
disrespect.
try it from that far out, but to not get it even off the floor.
I'm waiting for that player to just take his mask off and it's Marcel underneath.
Exactly. Oh. I couldn't. Yeah. You think it's like, again, that's fine if you try it, but the ball has to leave the ground.
Yeah.
A little bit. You have to test
Stuffing
gravity.
it is just not. It's not the one.
No. Anthony. Oof.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I wonder how early he'll decide to make those subs, Ten Hag. Because in fairness, he would look at the first 5 minutes, 6 minutes here and say, "Well, we still made some chances here."
Yeah.
So just got to keep going. Lindelof. Oof. But nearly 52 minutes gone, still 0-0. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. 1 like off 400, 101 off 500. That's some good math straight away. Fred tries to win it back there. Oh.
Newcastle and Spurs is going to be 2 interesting fixtures. Casemiro don't
Casemiro lost
do
the ball there. Here's the Omonia Bruno. It might be a edge of the box. Just played a little bit behind him there. That was a chance as well. Tell you what, if Casemiro gave the ball away and it resulted in the Omonia goal, you could probably hear Flex's scream from here. Ball in. Well done.
Go on, be quick with it.
Yeah, counter-attack, go on. Give it to someone. Do something with it. But I don't even know, though, Mina, to be fair to your point there, like, this is how unpredictable United have been this season. Like, we could play rubbish today, but then even playing Newcastle at the weekend, you'd be like, I don't know.
But every game we go into, I just don't know if we're going to win or lose.
Yeah,
I genuinely cannot give a prediction. I remember Liverpool game.
It's better than last season because the prediction was we'll lose.
Yeah. No, I'm just very indifferent.
Might win.
I'm indifferent. It's like there's no game I can go into and think, yeah, we're going to win this. But there's no game I go into thinking...
Flick. Might have been offside. But to your point, I agree. Like, I think about that game at the weekend against Newcastle. You don't think too far ahead.
Go on. Take advantage.
And Newcastle look pretty decent this season.
Newcastle look good. That's got to be a foul. And it'd be interesting to see how they would set up against us because Obviously, this game we've got a lot of possession. Against Newcastle, we could have as much possession. We're not going to exactly be playing on the counter-attack, I think, against them. And,
oh no.
Sam Maximan. Sam Maximan, that's what I was just thinking about. Sam Maximan, you can imagine that he could absolutely rip us apart, couldn't he?
Is he back from injury now?
I don't know. I hope not.
He's such a baller.
He is a really good player.
I really like their Bruno.
Yeah, he's quality as well. Lindelof gives it out to Dallo. Get in these areas. Lindelof, look how high up the pitch he is.
All right, have a shot.
Go wide.
Bruno gives it to Malacia.
Go wide.
Yeah, go wide, good.
And he's going to have a shot.
Oh,
Rashford really wants to go.
Wow. What a ball.
No. Rashford really wants to go.
Imagine after all that it was an error. After all that it was an error from the goalkeeper. He's hurt. Take him off. He's got a bad back. Look at it. He's not, well, it would have been tight, but I think he'd give it. Ronaldo. Nothing really happens. I don't think he touches him that much.
No. But you see this...
He's got no eyes on the ball.
Oh, he actually punched Ronaldo
punched him in the face. How dare he?
He's going to freeze frame that picture and that goalkeeper is going to post it on his Instagram.
He's injured. He hasn't got back up. What a shame. Got to get off. Got to go off.
He's going to tell
Unfortunate.
He gets to tell his kids that Ronaldo injured him.
Exactly. Do they even have a goalkeeper on the bench? Has Neil Lennon got to come on? Get your gloves on, Neil.
No, I hope he's all right. But this is the chance.
Oh,
this
that was the one.
chance. That's the one that I was talking about.
Good chance.
It was a good chance.
Why didn't they show that at half time? BT Sports fault.
He's had a lot of chances.
Look at that.
We've had a lot of chances.
Save.
This one is
that
just
one
the
hurts
worst.
my soul, that one.
It just reminds me of all the chances Ronaldo missed last week.
Yeah.
Some of them
Yeah, you've got to keep the energy to Rashford, haven't you? You've got to say, wow, got to put some of them
Okay,
on,
he's all right. He's all
He's
right.
all right. Keeper's good.
He's fine. To be fair, he was doing a bit of time wasting in the first half after like 20 minutes. So it might be a case of that.
This keeper said no one's ruining my night to shine.
No, 100%.
I'm not coming off.
Corner ball. What's your delivery like?
Keeper.
Ball in. Oh, he's fumbled it. Oh, he punched it. Man. And the thing is, once you start to look at those replays and they play them sequentially like that, you go, tell you what, there's quite a few chances, isn't there? How haven't we scored?
No, we've had a lot of chances. Arguably, I'd say maybe we could have been winning minimum 2-0.
Yeah, I would say 2-0 as well.
We just have to be more clinical. Like some of the clear-cut chances, that Rashford chance, that Fred chance, the Anthony chance, the Rashford follow-up, the Fred chance. Those are all clear-cut chances that we've had. A lot of them in this half.
Biggie Third with the super chat says, "Can Mina give us a send him off ref? Send him off ref." Apparently they will say that.
The next challenge I'll
Taking
do.
requests at this point.
Next challenge I will.
Let's get on it.
Bruno get that back. Omonia just getting deeper and deeper as well, because I realised the tide is turning a little bit. United are actually making some chances now, but still, got to take them. And the longer the game goes on, that's a switch.
Good.
Well done, Anthony. Good control. Now
Go
go past
on.
him. Ball into the box.
Oh my God, he was there.
And he wins it back.
Freddie, get that. Super chat from Man U Winners says, "Sorry for this. I hope Omonia win or it's a draw. I want United out of this competition as soon as possible. Want us to focus on winning the league. We are winning the league." So the account Man U Winners wants us to lose to win the league.
I think we're like, how many points are we off top?
I don't know.
I think it's like 11 now, or 10.
Yeah, could be
10, I think.
I know it shows how far we've fallen, but I will celebrate 4th this season. Champions
gladly,
League.
my God.
Where is the Europa League final being held?
I don't know. That is a good question.
Let's get to the knockout stages and then I'll start to look into it. Is it? I thought it was Azerbaijan. I might be wrong.
Luke Shaw coming on. Sancho.
Europa League final is in... Oh, that was earlier this year. Wow. 2023. I actually put the wrong year in, that's why. Oh, it's in Prague. That's Conference League final. Budapest.
Ronaldo? Oh.
But, you know, we've got to win games to get there first.
Yep.
We've got to get out of the group to get there
first.
Got
to be Omonia first.
Exactly. 58 minutes gone, still 0-0. Switch.
What a ball.
Good ball.
Control with the face
Goal
by Anthony.
He couldn't see anything.
No, exactly. Just seeing stars.
Oh, Fred.
That's enough.
Fred, awareness.
Fred.
Where's your awareness,
I
Fred?
Bruno, it's Bruno for them. That's a good ball.
See,
Handball referee.
Send him off.
Because if it's directly leading up to a goal, it's a cancelled goal. Marcus Rashford can tell you after the weekend.
no awareness. Fred did not know what was going on.
Just thought he had forever. Look at him. Did he get a shout? Oh, I don't know. Just
What a ball that was. Oh, what happened here? Oh, what? Nah, come on. Man's hurt and he's still saving shots, man.
He's hurt.
Who was the ball from?
Is that
Great
Lindelof?
ball.
I don't know if that's Lindelof or
What a
not.
touch that was from Rashford.
So apparently the
The keeper did a splits.
look at this.
Did he do a splits?
He didn't even save it. Rashford just.
Dismissed. Dismissed it. The Omonia goalkeeper, the backup Omonia goalkeeper, is actually, and Mina, you kind of called it, a boyhood Manchester United fan. He's lived his dream. So Luke Shaw and Jadon Sancho.
I did say Luke Shaw and Sancho.
Yeah.
You know, I think he might do.
Sancho's going to the right.
Maybe Anthony's coming off. To be fair, that is the right move because he's played every game since
Yes,
he's
it is.
come in.
It is the right move.
But there you go, goalkeeper, boyhood
What do you think
United
he just
fan.
said to Bruno with his coach said I can come on?
Yeah, got some effing goals.
Who's he taking off?
Wake
What
up.
fullback's he taking
Yeah.
off? Malacia.
Bruno, ball in. Header! Oh, Lindelof. Is he going to foul?
He took off Malacia.
Malacia for sure, and
I'm shocked. I don't think Malacia has
And
been that
Anthony.
bad. For legs purposes, I would have thought Dallo might come off.
Yeah.
Just to save his legs. But again, this is a guy that has not have been injured and has played consistently for how long? So maybe the manager's not worried about that.
well, you've got to be careful actually just thinking about this, Mina. Given the fact that he's a boyhood United fan, Marcel will be interested in signing him. You'll be getting some tweets.
And he's young. I think he's 23
You'll
or
be getting
22.
some tweets going, Mina, you don't understand. You need to.
This is the keeper we need.
This is the keeper we need.
He's a shot stopper.
He is really, really good. He is the hair's natural replacement. Come on, United. 60 minutes gone, still 0-0. Their goalkeeper having the game of a lifetime. United still been...
He might be the highest rated player at the end of the game if it ends like this.
You know who the man of the match will be. Certainly. There's more chances in it, though, for United.
So it looks like Rashford has gone to the right. Sancho's on the left now.
Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
Rashford's quite central,
Yeah,
actually.
it's
I guess he
quite
is on the right, because
Yeah.
now he's coming out towards Dallo, because there's no one out there.
Yeah, he's on the right.
Casemiro.
Two guys running into the
there he is, exact same spot.
same spot. They're not talking to each other, Bruno and Ronaldo.
Communication.
Mate, this is when you give these smaller teams these kind of bits of confidence to hang on to. Like literally, they were holding hands, Bruno and Ronaldo. They couldn't be any closer.
But this is the thing we were talking about. Bruno occupies that same space, and this is why he had so much, so many goals and assists. So much freedom in that first season. But you got to know where to be, and they're both in the same space.
Right, go on, Dare, roll it out, Dallo. Get some space. Move the ball quickly.
I'll sit back to Dallo.
Maybe we that's ball over the
Good
top.
ball.
Ronaldo, decent.
Go
touch,
on.
Gives it out to Bruno. Is there anyone else in the box apart from Ronaldo? That's the question. Bruno
on,
keeps
nice.
going though. You can go past him, Bruno. Ball in.
Can't beat the first one.
God.
It's just, it feels like
Nice.
a good pass. Rashford,
Pass it. Good.
Bruno.
Just keep passing it.
Okay.
Good
Good
ball. I'll
ball.
take
What
that.
a
Have a
Good
hit.
touch, Shaw. How effective can Rashford be off the right hand side, do you think?
Well, we saw. Oh,
That's a ball in. Oh,
we saw a great cross from him for Casemiro against Everton, but that was from the left.
the left, yeah.
So I would want to see more crosses from Rashford if he's got that in his locker. We've seen him put some good crosses into the box. But I would still say he's better suited on the left.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Sancho's off the left. This is a 1-2 though. Speaking of, Jadon
One more?
Sancho cuts it back. Oh! I'm trying to jinx it to put it in. I'm trying. I'm surprised Sancho's on the left. I want an assist. I'm doing everything I can. Get the ball into the net. That was lively though by Sancho.
It was.
Nice
Shaw
little
and
1-2.
Sancho. What a ball that was.
Cuts it back. Defender just does enough, to be fair. Still though, these chances.
That's good. That's good defending.
Yeah.
You know.
You just feel like at this point, United just need some like individual brilliance.
Yes.
I know Moments FC, but that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need individual brilliance FC. We need something to get past Omonia. Because as a
I can't
player,
believe we're saying that.
eventually though, as a player, you start thinking to yourself like,
I'm just going to shoot.
actually, like, are we going to score? Yeah, is this going to be one of those nights? You need just something.
Kareem is coming on. This is the guy that scored against us last week, and then didn't
Why would
celebrate.
you say that? Why, this is the jinx, Mina.
Now I'm a bit scared because he's thinking I scored against them once. I could probably get another.
Ash says life and death with pneumonia twice. LOL. Oh, come on, United. There's this before the game. I want comfortable 4-0. I want comfortable 5-0.
Could we score 4 goals in 25 minutes?
Yeah.
If Salah could score a hat-trick in 6.5 minutes, as a team, I'm sure collectively we could score 3 goals in 25 minutes.
Dilber says someone find a hyena now. Godwin says we need goals. JK says we need Mbappe.
We
need Mbappe to beat Omonia. That's what we need. To get him in. Then we can win these kind of games. Oh, that Mbappe stuff's crazy as well.
It is.
Highest paid player in the world, still wants to leave.
300 million signing bonus. Do you know how mental that is?
And he's doesn't he have like approval on transfers and stuff like that as well? Or he advises?
Yeah.
I advise, put me on the transfer list.
The funniest thing I've seen is the rumours that, these rumours, I don't know if it's true, but the owners of PSG have paid
the fake account
people to create fake accounts to insult. What? There he's off the pitch.
Oh.
What the hell?
It was a little bit of
pressure.
Good pass in the end, actually, though. I'll take that from De Gea. Well done.
Pressure. Go on.
I didn't even see him. He blended in with the grass. I didn't even see him.
Got ourselves out of danger.
There you go.
There's a pass there. There's a pass
right
there.
with it. Edge of the box.
Okay.
Sancho.
Keep it. Just keep it good.
Dallo.
Good
Give
ball.
it back. Rashford.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
We got ourselves out of danger.
Marcus. What's a corner?
What's a corner?
Handball.
They're saying a handball. They're claiming for a handball. I don't think they're going to get it. Is he saying?
He said by his side. He's saying it was by his side.
I thought it was good. It wasn't a handball and touching his arm at the same time. But he's saying it's in a natural position.
Let's see here.
Oh,
I mean, he leans
in.
outside, but he leans into it.
He leans in, but his hand is behind.
I tell you what, if you're going to give,
that is
if you're
so
going
harsh,
to give the Martinez thing
Yeah.
at Old Trafford, I'd argue that's worse.
And if
I mean, he
That's
deliberately does it.
But in fairness,
it's
if
harsh,
they give it, it's harsh.
I'll be
to them.
shocked. I'd be
VAR
shocked if
check.
they give it.
But that's what we want. We'll take it. We need it.
Okay, nothing
given.
Whoa.
Bruno.
Okay.
Oof. Floated ball back post.
Bruno's balls in are just, it's either got too much or just not enough.
Yeah.
It's like a kick
No
a beach ball.
consistency. No consistency on it.
That's when you know you're getting desperate as well. You're claiming sidearms against Omonia at home in the 66th minute.
Oh, I said.
Going, come on, it's harsh, but I've seen them given. VAR, please. Oh. I still feel there's a goal in it, though. There is a goal in this game.
Of course.
Can't keep it up forever.
Ooh,
that was nasty.
Send him off, ref.
That was nasty.
Send him off.
There you go. There's the
red card.
catchphrase.
Send him off.
Red card. Put it in the chat.
Oh, God, imagine
He is
having to
down.
rely on a red card to win this game.
then-
Exactly.
My God.
Can you imagine?
Look at, he literally broke him.
And he kicked out.
He literally broke.
Wow.
Let's see here.
He jumps, to be fair.
no,
he jumps in.
No, you know what? That could be a red.
He
Yeah.
literally jumps into
No
it.
bullshit.
That's
That is a red card.
That's a
red
two-way
card
challenge.
tackle. He jumped in. Drop kick. Ah, referee.
Oh, come on. That's a red.
It was a red.
That's a red. He tries to break his legs.
No banter as well. That is a red card tackle, I think.
No, it is. He tried to break
jumps in
his
like
legs.
that.
Casemiro takes out Casemiro.
Oh.
Nah, you know,
The
I've had
story's
enough.
just
I've
wrote
had
itself.
enough.
I've had enough of this.
I've had enough.
Send him off, ref.
It was
Because now the referees are giving red cards for stepping on a player, but he just tried to break his knees.
Yeah.
He nearly killed him.
And also as well, think about it, the red card, I know it's slightly different, last man, whatever, but the one against Chelsea with Milan the other day, little tug back,
come
red
on.
Oh,
card.
that was so harsh. But that referee, he was giving out yellow cards like he had bills to pay.
Yeah,
Honestly,
man.
he was giving out, I think there was like 8 yellow cards at some point in the game.
Why can't we see it from this referee?
The one where when Chiellini tries to end Saka, you know, remember that one? In the
But that was like a tactical. He jumped off the ground.
Jumped off the ground, he drop kicked him.
Yeah.
WWE
No
settings,
way.
come on. Oh.
Go on, Sancho. Pass.
Injustice. I'll
go
go
on.
on too.
Too much on it though.
Josh is in the chat, says 50-50.
Get out of here, Josh.
Hey, Josh, look right in the camera. Bullshit. Not having it.
How many corners have we had? This must be like corner number 7.
I think we're past 10. I'm not gonna lie.
You know how embarrassing it would be to have double-digit chances, double-digit
Corners.
shots on target, double-digit corners.
We've gone short.
Cross it. No, it's too long now.
Fred, Sancho.
Go wide. Good.
Just gonna go across the other side. Casemiro.
Good. Does
Where's
well
it
to
back?
recover.
Leave a bit in on him. Get revenge. Lindelof. Just stay patient. Don't force it.
If
Just
there's
stay
anyone I
patient.
trust with the ball to progress it, it's Martinez.
Rashford
Right.
again. Ronaldo is going to take a shot.
Oh, it's a good shot, but near post, he's gonna save it. But you know what? You might as well do something because you know at this point we're just trying to force it, and he might make a mistake. It's a good shot.
Goalkeeper, man. I mean, it's a,
Oh, it's a good
comfortable
shot. Yeah.
save, but still
Near post.
gives more confidence. to
Eriksen
the
on.
keeper.
Ooh.
Eriksen's
Fred
coming
Fred
on.
off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Troy Superstar says, agree with Man U winners, want United out of the Europa to focus on the Premier League. We're 5 points behind City, who will lose this weekend to Liverpool. Our thesis requires us to focus on the Premier League. We are winning the league. Ugh.
Come on, Bruno.
Oh,
What is going
come
on?
on.
Put Eriksen on them.
Oh, wow. Belly slide off the pitch. And to be fair, this is when people start to talk about Bruno, don't they? This is what the Bruno criticisers point to games like this where they say, actually, you know what? He's been quite wasteful.
Yeah, no, he has. I mean, most of these set pieces have been quite poor. I can only remember one or two where it's like, yes, like the Fred one, but most of them too high. Too high.
20 minutes left. Still Manchester United 0, Omonia 0.
Sancho's on the right now.
Real Sociedad are beating Sheriff 2-0.
But look at Rashford and Sancho. Look how close they are to one another.
And realistically, look, this is when it does start to get really serious, because if we drop points tonight, like, first is over. Like, it's not happening. That's when it's like, okay, you're second in the group, you're getting a Champions League team.
It's just typical Man United, isn't it?
Like, because you've already dropped 4 points by that point.
But you see here, look, Sancho, Rashford.
And then if it does get to that point where it
They're
is
switching. Bruno are switching from left to right.
Yeah.
Rashford's playing right behind Ronaldo.
they're trying anything. Try anything.
Yeah, they're trying to
Just
do something different.
just get the goal. At this point, the performance has been okay, but just need this goal. Bruno.
At least put Sancho in that more attacking midfielder role. Don't put Rashford there. I would have put Sancho there. Put Rashford on the left and Bruno on the right.
I think this is when you can say Bruno's actually been really poor.
Yeah.
At this
He's been
point, who do we
wasteful.
even bring on?
Let's check the bench.
You know what? Bring on Garnacho. Who cares?
I wouldn't.
Why not?
Why not?
Why
Yeah.
not? Honestly, why not?
Why not?
Garnacho,
'Cause if we're-
Elanga,
Elanga.
Zidane, Iqbal.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Zidane.
Well, but now he's bought Eriksen.
You've got 2 subs left.
Yeah.
But that's when you start getting into that territory where it's the kind of Hail Mary subs, the Garnachos, the Elangas, of just trying something. Bruno
Good.
switches it
See,
out.
these passes
Sancho.
are great, but
Can he
good.
go past him?
go on.
I thought that was Anthony for a second.
Yeah.
Or the twists and
It's
the
the
turns.
same. Oh, hello!
Oh, good.
Edge of the box, Ericsson, take a shot!
Deflection!
Oh!
If that went in
I
there,
thought I was
I would
defending.
celebrate. I would still celebrate.
I know,
I
right?
don't
I
care.
had a knee slid on the carpet.
I don't care how we score. I don't care how we score.
Oh. Bruno's starting to look a bit frustrated.
He should be frustrated with
Should be
himself.
frustrated. He's been frustrating. Come on. Ball in.
Just no one there, though, as again.
Corner. Oh, Rashford with a volley. Oh, miles
Oh,
wide.
that's like chance number 7 for Rashford. I'm not keeping count.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to cry at this point.
Yeah, it's a slice.
He's getting desperate. He's getting desperate for a goal.
That confidence that was there,
It's
you know,
desperation.
has started to decline a little bit. You know what I mean?
But you see, in that position, there's 3 players right next to each other. Sancho, Ronaldo, and whoever it was.
Bruno's coming off. That's our problem's gone.
I'd bring him onto our team.
Oh,
Come to our team.
That's a jinx and a half, Mina.
I know. I heard what I said.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No.
Luzu.
Vegeta says we have an XG of 3.33 and we're not scoring. That answers the XG question.
How much
Expected
percent
goals
possession
frees.
have we had?
I will check.
It must be in the
I'll say like
70s.
71%, I would say.
Yeah.
That's a rough guess.
79% possession.
Oh my god, when was the last time we had 79% possession?
79% possession. We've had 25 shots, 10 on target.
I told you, we have double-digit shots on
I
target.
can't do this.
The 25 shots, 10 on target, 79% possession. They've had 2 shots, 1 on target, 21% possession. They've only done 144 passes
many passes have we done?
to our 523. They've got a pass accuracy of 59%. Oh, look at
But it's still 0-0, guys.
Thing is, once you start reading those stats, that's when you really start going. I tell you what. If you were playing a game of Football Manager right now, you'd be worried because you'd think, I tell you what, the computer's against me here. Oh, they've
Don't do
gone
that.
to the box.
Oh my god,
Cut back.
he just sent Dallo. He actually sent Dallo.
He sent both Casemiro and Dallo to shops. Like, it's just...
You know, Casemiro has been sent a few times since he's been playing. I've seen him on the floor.
We don't have anything to worry about Mina as well.
he can be a bit erratic. You can see it in his, in his... Go on. Bring up the field. Up the field.
Come on. 15 minutes left. Still 0-0 plus injury time. Not that there'll be a ton of it, really.
No.
Probably a couple of minutes.
Maybe from the goalkeeper, you know.
Yeah, maybe from the goalkeeper. That disgraceful tackle. Should have been a red card. It should have been a red card, though.
It should have been a red card, free
Go
match
on.
ban. Have a shot.
Ericsson! Oh, blocked.
Dallo was there.
We're getting a bit desperate.
Yeah,
We
we're
are
getting
getting desperate now because
We're
we're
getting a
taking
bit
those shots from the edge of the box when necessarily, like you said, the pass is actually on, but we're thinking, we just need to get something on target, get a shot off.
For all these crosses that we've put on, man, imagine Fellaini played for us. Imagine that afro. He definitely would have scored a header by now.
Take anything. Come on.
I'll take an own goal right now. I don't even care.
Yeah, at this
I don't
point,
even care.
Anything. Ericsson ball in the box.
Come on. Keep it, just
Lindelof.
keep it.
Man, these stats are wild. These stats are crazy. Because the thing is, as well, realistically, we could go and score a goal, and then you're like, oh, what was you worried about? But right now, you're thinking, I don't know if I can see United scoring now.
No, I can't.
I really.
If we haven't scored with the 25 chances we've had in 75 minutes, it makes you think, are we going to score with whatever chances we have in the next 15 minutes?
And again, to Paolo's point earlier, like it's not as if now there's been like 3 or 4 that are like proper clear-cut chances.
Now we've
you could be 4 or 5-0 up at this point.
in this half we've created more in the first 5 minutes of the second half than we did the entire of the first half. You know.
Oh, Bruno. Dallo.
Go on.
Just don't force it, Bruno. Nothing silly. Switch. Oh, gamble. Oh.
See, Sancho was not expecting that to fall for him.
You couldn't believe it. The pass actually worked. Oh, Sancho.
That's it.
We are full on. Moments
Central,
FC,
go central, go
whatever.
Central, just keep it central.
Man. Literally, again, Moments FC, Individual Brilliance FC, come back. That's what we need at the moment. We need anything.
Yeah, it's interesting, but nah, just keep it simple. Come on now.
What do you think Mitchell was saying to Eric there? Can't put it in the effing net. Can't believe it. But they can't believe it as well, the Omonia fans. The contrast between the United fans and the Omonia fans right now, and Ten Hag. Even he's got the look of Ten Hag going, I don't know if we're going to score.
Go on.
Keep going, it's got to keep going, keep momentum, keep pushing, keep committing people forward.
Oh, that was a bad pass from Sancho.
Just keep getting people in the box, Sir Alex settings, throw everyone up there.
Go on.
You've got 2 more changes, Eric. Bring 2 more other people on. Garnacho, Alanga, anything. It will come. Just need to put it out there. Positive mental energy, whatever it is. Rashford's
Pass
going
it,
to have another shot.
pass it.
Oh, that is not a good pass. That's not a good pass, Rashford.
His confidence looks shaken a little bit.
Yeah.
He's wondering if it's going to be his night. Eugene says, bring Ollie on.
Hey, tell you what, we would need him right now.
Yeah.
Do you know what they should do? Go to the under-13s team and go get Kai Rooney and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Get
Jr.
Ronaldo's son.
Yeah, get them on, get them on.
That's what we need. Petition to get them into the starting team.
Wasn't
There's
Kai
a ball
Rooney?
there, there's a ball
Kai
there.
Rooney, yeah, they play together. I think it's
Cut it back, Bruno. Oh, Bruno, come on, man. Bruno Fernandes. This has been his day today. Look at him, he knows.
See, he's coming down now, take him off.
Yeah.
McTominay. I've had enough, man. I've had enough.
Oh, he's bringing on McTominay.
What, is he taking off Bruno now?
I don't know. Unless he is bringing on McTominay for Bruno and he's putting Eriksen there as the 10.
Well, you could take off Casemiro
He
now.
might take off Casemiro.
he's coming off.
Who's going to come off?
He's taking off
Because
Bruno?
Bruno, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's taking off Casemiro.
These are like I was saying, these are the conversations when it comes to those people that aren't really with Bruno at the moment. They'll point to games like this. Wasteful. But then you could argue he's not been the only player that's been wasteful today. Rashford's had his chances, Fred had his chance.
Yeah.
The only one that really hasn't had a proper clear-cut chance has actually been Ronaldo, yeah. Oh,
No.
a couple of these chances you'd want to fall to Ronaldo and he'd have probably put them away.
he hasn't had that many.
He hasn't had that,
No, it's weird,
that
right?
moment. Maybe that's what it's waiting for. Late Ronaldo magic in Europe once again. Putting that out there. And trying anything.
Yeah,
Bruno's off.
Bruno.
It's
Oh,
Casemiro.
Casemiro.
no, it's Casemiro.
Oh, my bad. I don't know why I misread that number.
Like for like. Saw the 8.
Yeah, I think I just
Yeah,
saw the 8. I
he's
didn't
like-
look at the 1.
So he's gone like for like with McTominay.
McTominay, Eriksen.
That's a strange sub.
He's going,
I've got to
he's
call that
going
for what
fully
it
out
is.
now, isn't
That's a strange sub.
He's going fully out now.
Probably saving Casemiro's legs for the weekend.
But if that was the
But you
case,
know
like, why would he play 80 minutes?
No way, is that Martinez?
Oh.
No, now he's just thinking, well, because McTominay is more of a box-to-box player, so he's just going, Eriksen, Bruno, McTominay, just get a goal.
Or maybe he's thinking height, set pieces.
Yeah, set pieces.
But even set pieces is we're not making anything of
No,
it. It's not the
set
height is not the issue.
It's not a case of the,
the delivery,
the balls that have been so
delivery
good.
is-
No, I think
You know
he's
what I
just
mean?
thinking, just try and get a goal. Right now, he's just going all out.
If McTominay comes on and scores, that is a masterstroke that I don't think anyone saw coming. Sancho, need something. Eriksen, they are firmly packed in their own box.
Pass it wide.
There is McTominay, that's a shot. I tell you what. Oh. No, Dallo, you can't go down. You can't go down.
Now's not the
It was
time.
never in a million years. You can't go down, Diogo.
Dallo, read the room.
That is hilarious.
This keeper must have a 10 rating at the end of this game. If it ends like
He's going to get a big move after this.
Comfortable save from the keeper, to be fair, but I tell you what, maybe that's why he brings on McTominay.
a lot of them have not been.
No, there's only been maybe that Rashford
Saves.
one that's been a proper save, or when he tips it onto the bar a little bit. But still, this goalkeeper causing us problems.
You've got a lot of height in the box now. A lot of height. Put a good cross in.
Yeah, decent cross, or just again
Give the ball back.
find the right space. Be a bit more patient. Don't force it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because in reality, Omonia will be happy for us to have shots from the edge of the box.
Yeah.
Or just outside the box. They'll be like,
Yeah.
okay, keep doing that for the rest of the night. Keeper's been all right with it so far. Less than 8 minutes left. And again, just a reminder, if we do draw, I mean, I think it's pretty much that top spot is nearly gone. Which would mean if we finish second in the group, which we should, we'd be facing a Champions League side.
Oh my God.
Sancho tried to cut it back to a Rashford.
David De Gea.
De Gea. Literally, they've got one player in the United side. They're all in their own half. Like, it's fully camped out settings, as you would expect, low block settings. Oh, Martinez.
Yo. Don't do this to us, please.
Nothing, not like before. The last thing we need is to actually concede a goal now when we're pushing so hard. McTominay.
What
on Rashford. Oh, was that just a really good tackle? Because if it is, they're not giving a foul. He's saying he got the ball. If it is, it's an unbelievable tackle on Rashford. Because he was in. Oh, I want to see a replay of that. I think they're going to show it here. Gets past him. Can't really see.
Does he actually get the ball? Yeah,
That's
that's
a
a foul.
foul.
That's definitely
That's
a
a
foul.
classic Scott McTominay foul.
Classic.
Yeah.
They all look the same.
Yeah. Come on. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm not feeling too positive.
I'm trying to stay positive, but if we couldn't get a goal all this time and just...
Go on.
That's
The
all right.
keeper's limping. Their keeper is literally limping.
He's getting divine intervention. He's being used like a puppet by the gods above. Oh, Sancho. It's gone off. Because now it's getting to the point too where we're like, we're desperate and we're forcing it, and we're not actually creating anything now.
No.
We're just looking really, really desperate.
Listen, to them, this is a win. To
Yeah.
Omonia
Yeah, they've got
fans,
nothing.
this is a win.
They can say remember when we went to Old Trafford and we got a point, and we got that draw in the Europa League. Oh, it's so embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Like, look at some of the stats.
He should have got sent off.
We must be on like 85% possession now.
Still 79.
Still? Feels like we've had 100%.
30 shots, 10 on target.
30 shots, 3-0.
30 shots, 10 on target.
33% of our chances were on target, and not one of them did we score. Mix. Great name.
This is one of those ones as well. People are going to be taking the mick out of this. Sociedad are 3-0 up against Sheriff.
That's a team that we just about beat.
It's all right
Sheriff.
for some. Comfortable win at home against a team you're expected to beat.
What?
And as well, looking forward to the Premier League game at the weekend. This is the last thing you need, is it?
Yeah.
You think, a really good performance against Everton, and it felt like a good reaction from the City result, and then coming into this, where it's like already again you're talking about how they're going to react to this.
But have we even been impressive from start to finish in any Europa League game this season? I don't think we have.
No.
I don't think we have.
We've played like this in pretty much every Europa League game.
In pretty much every game, like last week, the week before, except for maybe the Real Sociedad game where we lost, but it wasn't a performance where we had so many chances, we had consistent possession of the ball.
Yeah, this game
This tournament, maybe it's not our tournament. Yeah. Maybe it's not our tournament.
Every game, Europa League game this season has been a bit of a slog for us, hasn't it? It's just been,
Come on, ref, send him off.
Yeah, get rid of him.
Off. It's just been a wasteful game, honestly. To have so many chances and not one of them land in the back of the net has just been wasteful.
There's still time, Mina. There's still time.
Of course, it's 4 minutes and then some.
Zayn Miassi's back with the super chat, says, how will you finish top 4? Also, I think conference level is more your level. Zayn's getting very big-headed. A couple of wins in the Premier League. Shaw, ball in! Oh, I'm not even confident when the ball goes in. I'm just trying to will it in at this point.
Speak it into existence.
Exactly.
Oh, Bruno.
Short corner by Bruno. Ericsson goes out to Shaw again. Oh, we're doing long balls into the box now. It's that, a goal kick. I don't think we should be doing that at this point. Don't get that desperate. Still work the ball into the box. How have we got opportunities so far in this game? Keep it on the floor. Find the space.
Yeah,
just start doing that long ball stuff.
Yeah, it just shows desperation now, really.
Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Less than 40 likes away from 500. We can get to 500. Remember, you can join the UB Members Club. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. You get your badges, emojis, and exclusive members-only content. Fill up the chat with emojis now. Is this a yellow card or red card performance so far? Where is Marcel when you need him as well? I need some positivity. I need someone.
I wonder what positives he could have taken away from
I'm
this.
not sure. I'm not sure.
He'd be like, Bruno created a lot of chances. He was playing on the front foot.
Yeah, exactly.
Who else does he like?
Ten Hag needs to learn lessons from this. This is a lesson learning event.
Shout out to Marcel,
Yeah.
man. He's so funny.
Oh, come on, United. Please. Something. Because it's now got to the stage as well, even if we do score, you're celebrating out of relief, but you're not like,
It's not out of happiness. Yeah, it's not out of happiness.
You can't ignore what has been a really frustrating performance that has been created by our own account. You know, this isn't, I mean, Omonia have done well, but we've allowed them to get so far into this game. We've allowed them to actually have something to hold on to at this point. Martinez. McTominay, is he going to have a shot? Oh, no. Oh. Why?
Does that even get a deflection, or is that just...
Nah, that just went into the stands.
Oh.
That went into like...
It's good.
You know when you
Touchdown
play, you know when you play
settings.
FIFA, yeah?
Oh.
And then you're in your own half, and then you put the
square,
circle
that is.
button
It's just a
in
square.
your own half, and then it just dishes out the ball.
I can't believe this. We're in the 90th minute, and we are no closer. If anything, the last, 10 minutes, we've done nothing.
Last 10 minutes.
Zero. Here's Luke Shaw. Runs up the pitch, show a bit of energy.
718 passes to 200. Oh my God.
Sancho, Shaw. Come on, do something. Individual brilliance, something, please. I mean, it's just embarrassing. Let's be honest, it is embarrassing at this point.
Oh my God.
This isn't a weak United side either. This is a strong United side with a lot of supposedly good players. 5 minutes added on.
That's generous. That is a generous one.
I was going to say, you're better than this, but are you? That's the question. Of course, in terms
Do you think we have to expect results like this? Because
I don't
this year is
know.
a learning curve.
Yeah, I mean, I expect results like playing City and getting battered, but I like stuff like this.
It's just
It's
not.
like, well, that's how is that? How does this happen?
No, I mean, look, we should be beating Omonia.
Yeah,
We
that's what I
should
mean.
be beating them.
I can take going to go to City and losing, or I can take going away in the Premier League to whoever and go, I'll tell you what, we got bad that day. What happened? But this is just.
All right, Rashford. Come on,
referee.
Ref, send him off,
Cynical
ref.
booking.
Ref, send him off. Send him off. Is that not the second time they done that? Send him off, ref. Yellow's not good enough. So all they're doing is, if you want his shirt, he'll give it to you at the end of the game. There's no need to drag him for
real,
it.
man.
Come on. Got to make this count. This is where delivery really matters. Who's standing over it? Is it Shaw and is that Ericsson standing over it? I hope it's not Bruno. It's not. I think it is Ericsson. Ericsson, ball in.
It's not a bad ball in, but...
There is Bruno. Please.
No. Big man. Nah. Come on.
Come on.
Absolute shocker.
He's been rubbish.
He has.
He has been rubbish. You've got to call it how it is. He's been really poor. He's been wasteful.
I mean, look, come on. Like, it's just...
Look at Ronaldo kicking the goalpost.
Ash
He's frustrated.
says, most embarrassing result of post-Fergie era, excuse me.
And the amount of losses we've had.
I mean, thing is that there's probably many we can pick from, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's too many.
There's
I
a
can't
lot.
remember what
There was
it
a lot last
Because if we talk
season.
about, post-Fergie era is
There was a
nearly
lot.
10 years.
There was, 5-0 against Liverpool at home last season was bad.
4-0 Everton
Yeah.
the season before that.
4-2 Leicester.
Yeah, there's been some stinkers.
Oh, that 5-2 Leicester game under Van Gaal.
Yeah.
Of that 5-3,
Yeah,
I
when
think
we were
it was.
winning.
I think it was 5-3.
We were like 3-1 up, weren't we?
Yeah. There's Di Maria's debut. All right, Sancho.
Sancho, give it back to Ericsson, or keep going, find something. McTominay! Yes! Ten Hag did it! It's a miracle substitution! It's a miracle substitution. McTominay saved us. McTerminator, he'll be back. Yes. Come on!
That is a shame.
I don't even care that it's Omonia at home. I don't care that it's Omonia at home.
I don't care.
Come
I don't
on!
care.
They're on the floor as they should be. United get the victory.
Man.
Get in!
This is
Get in!
Scotland.
We're on the road to European glory. They look sad. They look shell-shocked. McTominator.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I feel so embarrassed celebrating that goal.
He'll be
Like,
back.
you know how embarrassed
He'll be
I feel?
back.
I feel so embarrassed.
That's why Ten Hag brought him on. Because he gets goals,
You said-
Because he gets goals.
You said, what if McTominay comes on and he scores a goal?
And he did it. He did it.
The jinx is
Ten
real.
Hag's a genius.
That was
He's
all
a
Sancho.
genius.
That was all Sancho.
Come on. Look at this. Composure. Bang.
God.
It's not even the most amazing finish. He just puts his foot through it.
It
Finally.
gets a deflection.
Finally.
It gets a deflection, doesn't it?
Finally. Look at this. Bang. 1-0.
I can't believe
Manchester
this.
United.
Like, this is
In
embarrassing.
the dying minutes. To be fair, just leathers it. Good. Good.
This is what life has become.
Now, just don't do anything silly, Manchester United.
Right, don't do this.
If it is the case, I've massively over-celebrated. Edge of the box, volley over the bar. Fine.
Oh,
Come
my
on.
Lord.
Come on. God. Who cares, though? Who cares? Don't want to play a Champions League team. We're still on the road to moving to that Real Sociedad decider. And injury time settings. Ten Hag time is what it is. And the thing is, it massively papers over the cracks. Massively. Who cares, though? I don't care.
Can't believe it.
Kwaku says, you can. You can.
I can't.
Omonia said, I can't. Manchester United said, I can't. Ten Hag said, you can. You can, McTominay. Come on. Get in. I don't care if it's shameless.
A win is a win.
I don't
A result
care.
is
Win
a
is a win.
result.
We needed it.
Regardless,
I
we
don't
need it.
care. Come on. Floodgates open. 5-0. with 10 seconds remaining. Oh, it's a free kick to Omonia, I think. Oh. If that's not worth a like, I don't know what is. And I think that's game over. It's game over at Old Trafford. Manchester United won, Omonia 0.
Woo! Yeah.
Manchester United bailed out. Get out of jail thanks to none other than Scott McTominay. The Omonia keeper's on the floor, head in his hands.
What a performance for him,
Ah,
honestly.
You have to give him
I
credit.
have to give him credit. I have to.
Best
Man
player
of the
on the
match
pitch.
for me.
And you're happy to give him credit after you've won.
Even if we
It
drew, I
changes
would have
from-
given. I would have
Yeah.
still given him credit.
It changes from that bloody goalkeeper to he played very well, he was unlucky.
It's even better than the first one. And we're out here saying, I hope the other goalkeeper doesn't play.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. But Manchester United get the victory. We'll do a 15-minute post-match reaction now. McTominay with the goal in the 93rd minute. Paolo, I'll start with you. Got us out of jail a little bit there.
I thought I couldn't believe what I was watching in the first game. This game was even worse in terms of what we expected to see. I can't believe we just watched a game where we were completely dominant, and I expect we were probably about 80% possession in this game. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I'm speechless because 1-0 McTominay comes on, and look, we said it. Easy going to take off Casemiro. Bruno brings on McTominay. It's just to score a goal. He said, go on there, get a goal. Tactics went out the window.
Yeah.
So I'm quite speechless, to be honest.
I am a little bit as well. I gotta be honest, Mina. Like, again, it's different. You got look. Ultimately, result all that matters. I don't care at this point. In a couple of weeks' time, what we'll be talking about, we'll say, "Oh, we won." You might remember that it took a while, but a win's a win, is it not, Mina?
Yeah. A win is a win. I think 30-something chances on goal. That is.
Well, yeah.
Amazing.
The actual stats here: 34 shots.
Wow.
13 on target, 78% possession, 742 passes. In contrast, Omonia had 3 shots, 1 on target, 22% possession, only 213 passes to our 742. That is dominance on another level, but they're coming out of that game thinking, I tell you what, we were hard done by, Mina.
Firstly, credit to their keeper. Phenomenal game. He's probably had the game of his career, and he's young. He's only 23 years old.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely come here and put on a show. But I feel like a lot of players do this when they come to Old Trafford. They think, this is my time to shine, to make a name for myself on the stage. 3 points is 3 points. I don't care how we get it. If it's a last-minute goal from Scott McTominay, scrappy goal in the box, I don't care. 3 points is 3 points. The goal is to top the table. Real Sociedad are comfortably on top right now. We actually play them in a few weeks away. So that's going to be probably the deciding fixture for that number 1 spot, I guess. you look at a lot of the chances that we had today, and we were just not clinical enough. I think 34 chances, about 14 on target, I think.
Yeah,
it was about 33% on target. Some of them clear-cut opportunities. Rashford had a few. Casemiro, you know, with a header, his chance that hit the crossbar was just a great save from the keeper. Fred had a header. Anthony, the two chances we had in the opening second half, should have slotted them away. Like, we've seen Anthony slot those chances away in the Premier League. Yeah. So there's definitely stuff to be learned from this. But it's just on to the next game. Like, I can't sit here and, you know, it's a process. Yeah. We're going to see games. We're going to see these scrappy games under Ten Hag. We're going to see these trial and error formations, these starting lineups, these changes that we're seeing. You know, Eriksen coming on 70th minute, McTominay coming on for Casemiro. We're going to see these stuff, but 3 points is 3 points. Like, I'm happy. I can't be here mad. I'm happy. No,
exactly, totally agree. We had an XG, by the way, of 4 in that game.
That's crazy.
And we scraped the 1. In retrospect, though, Paolo, would you say, like, look, Ten Hag made a change and actually worked? You know, whilst we said, what's he bringing on McTominay for? Well, it worked.
Well, the funny thing is, if we would have conceded after McTominay came on, everyone would have said, why are you taking Casemiro off? You know, yes, it's still Omonia. We shouldn't expect any much attacking threat from them, but, you know, it worked. You know, he made the sub, he came on. McTominay, we've known for a couple of years now, he's got that shot. He's got that shot on him that can be the difference. And look, yes, the Sancho pass to McTominay, it takes a little bit of a deflection, but as soon as McTominay's on the ball, he takes a shot and it goes inside. There's no way he's missing that. There's no way he's missing that. So there's no need to cry about it. I mean, like Mina said, we're going to see these type of games during the season. We shouldn't really be expecting to win anything this season. This is more of a season for Ten Hag to just try and get your best team, you know, see what we can do on the pitch. And we were dominant today, but in a couple of weeks we might be thinking we better not see one of these performances against Sheriff or Sociedad. Sociedad's going to be a tough game. Like Mina said, we're going to have to beat them away from home.
I think also as well, to maybe give United some credit, is that sometimes these kind of games can happen where it's just, you feel like it's not your day. You have these chances, you don't score. I suppose the difference is that sometimes when these kind of games happen, you don't score and it ends up 0-0 and you go, I don't know how that didn't happen. I don't know how that happened. But we did get the goal late on. So there is some sense of perseverance there. Could you call it luck? Could you call it just quality? I don't know. But I think that Ten Hag will be positive in that it was a difficult game. Didn't play amazingly well, but still won. Yeah. But Mina, let's talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno, but let's talk about Bruno. Is it time to have the conversation?
Today he was just a bit...
Or is a game like after today, is it difficult to have that conversation because it's a bit of a freak game?
Yeah, this is the kind of games that I'm not going to judge him heavy on just because it's Omonia. Like, I can't criticise him for having this sort of performance against a team such as Omonia when there wasn't really one standout performance in that lineup for us today. Maybe I would say Casemiro in the first half. Second half, he kind of got dispossessed a few times. Yeah. I can't really think, even like Rashford in the first half looked impressive, but then second half he just looked like he was just trying to force the goal a bit too much, where there was opportunities where he could have looked for the pass. Bruno Fernandes today, he didn't look great, but there was also like still glimpses of creating chances, which is, we know that he can do that. I'm not worried yet. He's been in a slump for a while now, but there's a reason why, you know, Ten Hag is continuing to play him. I wouldn't, if he got dropped for his performances over the past couple of weeks, I would question him. Same way I'm questioning Jadon Sancho, but he hasn't. So maybe Ten Hag sees something in him that maybe we don't see. Maybe there's something happening in training because Ten Hag talks a lot about, you know, what happens on the training field, and he does say quite often, you know, you guys don't see what happens on the training field, especially when he talks about McTominay and Casemiro as to why McTominay was starting over Casemiro. So maybe there's something happening with Bruno on the training field where Ten Hag is impressed. And there was some chances today where I just thought he couldn't beat his man in the corner. He couldn't beat the first man. Like, we had more than 10 corners in the game, and he was taking a majority of them. Then Eriksen came on and started taking the set pieces. He looked decent, but he didn't look great. But then again, I can say the same thing about everybody. Ronaldo had a few chances that he could have finished. He would comfortably finish. He never had one clear-cut chance like Rashford did with his left foot, but he did have a chance where it came onto his left foot and he actually scuffed it and it hit the side of the net. So there's criticisms there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Bruno's weird because it felt like he got more like erratic as the game went on as well. The longer the game went, he kept forcing it more and more and more and more, which is the thing we criticise him for.
Yeah.
Speaking as well, I guess, of someone that it felt like their confidence had dipped as the game went on was Rashford, who beginning first half looked really sharp, start of the second half looked really sharp.
Yeah.
But I mean, that keeper just had his number today, did he not?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of Rashford, I thought he looked very good in the first half. His link-up play was great. He was looking like a threat, especially when he was shooting from outside the box, just inside the box. But the keeper, I couldn't believe it. Like, both of these keepers that we played against have been absolutely phenomenal. And look, in terms of Bruno, we saw it last season as well. As the game goes on, if we're chasing a game, he gets very impatient on the ball. He gets very impatient. He's just putting on these crazy passes that are never going to happen. The crosses too much on them or not just enough on them. And we saw a lot of inconsistency from Bruno. So yes, some of the passes, the switches and the diagonal balls, those are good. It changes the game in that moment. But Bruno has been frustrating, a little frustrating throughout the season when you look at these things that happen throughout the game. So yeah, I mean, is he, in terms of the training ground and that, I think what Ten Hag said in the press conference a couple of weeks ago was that he talks about a winning team, which is what we heard about with Ralph last season.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but he's the manager. He's going to decide who he wants to play.
Do you think it was a case of good goalkeeping or poor finishing today?
I think it was a mix of both.
Yeah, mix of
I
both.
think in the second half, them first two chances were just poor finishes.
Yeah.
They were very soft. But that Casemiro chance was a great finish.
Great-
It was a
great
great save, sorry,
Yeah.
because the keeper was actually diving the wrong way
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
literally stuck out his left hand.
Yeah.
Some of them were good chances. Them two Rashford chances in the first half where he hit it into one was going top corner, one was going bottom right hand corner. It was a good save.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good save.
Yeah.
But specifically, I can think of that Anthony chance and that Fred chance. That is just a poor finish. That is
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
poor finish.
The Ronaldo to Bruno to Rashford, again, another great save from the keeper. So yeah, definitely a mixture of both. We came out of the first half saying we didn't really create that many opportunities except for the Fred one and the Rashford one. And then the first 5 minutes of the second half, we create about 3-4 chances that should have been finished. So look, we can look at many players who should have finished chances, but we won the game. We need to beat Sociedad in a couple of weeks. And
Exactly. I think also as well, you can look at it two ways. You can look at it as we spoke before the game about the rotation factor, right? You could look at some of the players and maybe Ten Hag would think, actually, you know what, that might be a quite physically and mentally exhausting game tonight.
Yeah.
How is it going to affect them there? But if you want to look at it glass half full, you could also say, actually, that's a euphoric last minute winner. That could positively affect the side as well. Super chat from David G says, I didn't deep how wasteful Bruno is with his passes because he pulls off one and we forget. I don't know his stats, but he gets away with wastefulness. Who do you replace him though with?
I'm interested to see against Newcastle, because if there was any chance Bruno is taken out in the team, it's probably because Ten Hag might have the intention to play Eriksen, Casemiro and McTominay, which might not be a bad midfield. A lot of people were saying that it should have been McTominay, Casemiro and Bruno or Eriksen in the Man City game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's maybe what he could do if he wants to take out Bruno. Keep Casemiro, McTominay and Eriksen.
Yeah, I mean, it could just... I was saying this on one of the morning shows the other day, Mina, that why does there have to be a number 10? If you're going to play a 4-3-3, why can't you just have a midfield three that's 2 8s and a 6
Yeah.
instead of having that
It
number
works.
10? Couldn't you go a different route?
Yeah, no, it could work. I want to see Sancho in that Bruno spot.
wanna
Like
see that
I
as
keep
well.
saying it. I want to see how he could, because he was coming quite central today. Obviously, the assist came from him for that McTominay goal. It came from that left-hand side, but we saw him since he came on. He was on the right at one point. He was a bit central at one point. At one point, I didn't know where him, Bruno, and Rashford were playing
Just
because
all
they
over the
were
place, yeah.
they were switching like throughout for a good 20-25 minutes of the game. It's interesting to see if the Eriksen, McTominay, and Casemiro thing could work. It's interesting because I don't think of McTominay as this ball progressive midfielder.
No.
I don't see him as that. But then today he showed us he can score. So
Well, the irony is,
what is
he scores the late last minute goal and he can't play at the weekend now.
And he can't play on the weekend. That's true. I think for the weekend, I think Ten Hag's going to play it safe and go for the same lineup that we had against Everton. I think Casemiro is going to start.
Yeah.
I think Eriksen's going to start. I think Bruno's going to start. I think it's going to be a similar lineup to today. I can't think of any changes. Maybe Varane might come in, but I'm not too sure about how his injury recovery is coming along. I think it was just day to day.
He was on the bench today, wasn't he? He came on against Everton, so maybe, I think you're right, that might be the one change that maybe you see against Everton, but
he might start Luke Shaw again.
I think so, yeah. I think Shaw came on and did well again this evening. But it's funny because we spoke before the game, didn't we, about there might be a bit of confusion about Ten Hag knowing what his preferred starting 11 is. Like, do you think tonight's done any different to his thinking?
I think, again, it's another game where he's probably, again, thinking, what is my best starting 11? Like, do you know what I mean? And I think he'll be like this, I'm not going to lie, I think he'll be like this for a couple months. Even after the World Cups, look, hopefully we don't suffer any injuries, but it'll take time for these players to start going again after the World Cup. So, we have to see what happens.
Super chat from Ketchadil says, new way of playing, players need time to adjust. We're also less than 30 likes away from 700 likes. So if you haven't already, smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club. The link's in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. Is that what you would put days like today down to, Mina? Players learning to adjust to a Ten Hag system, learning to adjust to how to dominate games with possession? Or is it just a bit of a freak day? On another day, you'd score 4 or 5 goals.
I think on another day, you score those chances. On another day, you have better finishes. It's just like on another day, it's a whole like it could have gone 2 different ways. We could have actually struggled to create chances and just had a lot of possession, but we had a lot of possession, created a lot of chances. The keeper had a great game. From kickoff, we were creating chances. The last 10 minutes, it's like we were trying to force something and it was getting a bit panicking, you know. I was starting to get a bit nervous.
Yeah, get a bit shaky.
Get a bit nervous in the last 10 minutes. But look, like that save from Casemiro, it's literally, he's going the wrong way and he just puts the arm out for a left-handed save. Something like that, I have to put it down to good goalkeeping. This chance with Anthony, that's just a soft finish. We've seen Anthony put that away against Arsenal. We've seen him put it away against Everton. So
it's great athleticism, though. I mean, you've given the keeper an option to save it. That one, the Rashford one.
He's down and up and down again, like quickly.
But in fairness, those ones where they show him like the shots from the outside of the box, keeper should save that. Like keepers should save that one. But there were a couple in there that were excellent, and just look, I agree. I think on another day, these games kind of happen, and on another day you score 3 or 4 goals, the keeper's not that good, or you don't give them the opportunity to, something to hang on to. Maybe United need to look at themselves about that and say, actually, you know what, we were sloppy with our finishing to the point that it gave them something to hang on to in the second half or throughout the game, but ultimately it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter now. We've won the game.
Yeah, 3 points is 3 points. Like you said, no one's going to look back at this, in the knockout stages and be like, remember that 1-0 win against Omonia? No one's going to talk about that.
The perfect point is when we won the Europa League in 2017. Can you name like a group stage performance?
Couldn't.
Could you do that?
I know that we played Roma in the knockout stages.
We beat them like 5-2 or something like that.
I remember that.
But you couldn't say,
it's not the games that matter later down the line. Later down the line, the only thing that matters is if we top the table or not, because the route is different if we finish second or if we finish first.
But I guess the concern might be that and this is what some people might be saying coming out of this game, is that if we do finish second and we do face a side that comes in from the Champions League, how are we going to play against those kind of teams? Because if we play like this tonight, are we good enough to beat those Champions League sides?
You know what I think we just need to focus as each game as it comes, because you know what, come knockout stages we might have a whole different starting 11. Players could be injured. I think the knockout stages is after the World Cup, so then lineup changes come into play, rotation comes into play. I think we should just take each game. I know it sounds like the sucker way out and it's just the easy answer, but I really think we should just take each game as it comes. Now we focus on the next game, which is on the weekend against Newcastle. After that, we focus on the Spurs game. There's no point of us thinking ahead to Real Sociedad in 3 weeks' time. We'll think about that challenge when we get there.
We have to think about beating Sheriff first. If we have this performance against, I'm telling you, if we have this performance against Sheriff. Look, mate, like you said, if it's a different game, we'll probably score 4 or 5. But it's going to take time for us, and we have to, accept that.
100%. Ketchadil is the latest member of the UV Members Club. Appreciate you joining the UV Members Club. Remember, you get your badges, your emojis, your exclusive members-only content. So there you go, guys. A late Manchester United Scott McTominay winner gives us the victory tonight at Old Trafford against Omonia. Stay tuned. There's going to be reaction from us inside the UV HQ here. Of course, Flex is going to give his view outside of the stadium. He was there at Old Trafford tonight. Be interesting to see his reaction to that last-minute winner. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and we'll speak for you again very, very soon. Peace.